to offer. Contact the Artesia Chamber of Commerce at 575-746-2744.
The Foster Grandparent Program is seeking volunteers. Individuals must be 55 or older, meet federal income guidelines, and pass a background check. Foster grandparents assist children in elementary or Head Start. If you are interested in participating in Artesia or Carlsbad, call 575-887-3939.
To have your event listed on the KSVP community calendar, email calendar@ksvpradio.com. Please let us know at least 1 week in advance.
This is KSVP and K229 AS Artesia.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. All of the hubbub over the release of the Jeffrey Epstein files has caused House Republicans to halt work on just about all major legislation ahead of this week's 6-week summer recess.
The House Rules Committee is not planning to hold votes this week to prepare major legislation for the House floor, meaning any remaining votes will likely be on small, non-essential bills. The House has been scheduled to vote on GOP legislation involving immigration and environmental legislation this week and had to go through the panel first. But Democrats plan yet more votes on amendments aimed at forcing the Justice Department to release all of its documents on Epstein. Members of the Rule Committee in both parties told reporters that the standstill is due to Republicans not wanting to vote on the Epstein-related amendments. Bernie Bennett, Washington.
President Trump about to host his Philippine counterpart at the White House.
A 3-day visit to Washington by Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is highlighting U.S. efforts to strengthen security and economic ties between the two nations amid clashes with China over territory in the South China Sea. Marcos met with Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth on Monday.
Our storied alliance has never been stronger.
You cannot limit Philippine-American relationship to one dimension.
Jennifer King, Washington.
Remember former Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke? He's back.
O'Rourke took to the Sunday talk shows to address the question of whether he'll run to challenge incumbent GOP Senator John Cornyn. I don't know, he told CNN when asked about his plans, but says he's been holding town hall events across Texas to get in touch with Democrat voters to, in his words, channel our anger into action, registering people to vote, organizing with voters.
Correspondent Bob Agnew. On Wall Street, the Dow futures are down 39 points, while the NASDAQ futures are off 7. S&P futures 3.5 points higher ahead of the opening bell. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Dennis Prager here for AmFed Coin and Bullion. I've always been a strong believer in precious metals investment, and I've always been fascinated with rare coin collecting. But owning the wrong coins that only make dealers a lot of money can be catastrophic for your investment portfolio. AmFed Coin and Bullion specializes in taking people out of non-performing coin portfolios and turning them into gold, silver, or platinum bullion. They tailor a portfolio based on your goals and not what they want to sell you. You'll never experience scare tactics, misleading hype, or high-pressure sales from owner Nick Grovich and his very knowledgeable staff. They will evaluate your portfolio, show you how your coins have performed, and take the time to educate you on the ugly industry practices so that you can make an informed decision. Smart people can make very bad investments when they're under pressure and lack the facts. Call 800-221-7694. That's 800-221-7694. AmericanFederal.com.
Bangladesh is a country in mourning the loss of 31 people killed in a jet crash as student protesters demand accountability.
Students protest outside the Dhaka crash site at the Milestone School and College, demanding accurate publication of identities of the dead and injured, compensation for the families, and an immediate halt to the use of outdated and unsafe training aircraft by the Bangladesh Air Force. They also chant slogans and accuse security officials of beating them and manhandling teachers on Monday. Outside a city hospital, Saeed Rahman, a special assistant to the country's interim leader, Muhammad Yunus, says 78 people, mostly students, remain hospitalized. Of the patients in the ICU section, he says some are on ventilators. 20 dead were reported initially, and 7 died of their injuries overnight, authorities say. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
News and analysis, townhall.com. Just as the summer heat intensifies, there's word of a swimming pool recall.
9 drowning deaths have been reported in Best Way, Intex Recreation, and Poly Group pools. The Consumer Product Safety Commission and Health Canada say these pools have compression straps running along the outside, which may create a foothold for small children and allow them to get in the water unattended. All deaths reported have been in the U.S. between 2007 and 2022, involving children between 22 months and 3 years old. People who have these pools are asked to call the company for a free repair kit. Ed Donahue, Washington.
Coca-Cola reporting better than expected earnings in the second quarter. Higher prices overcame weaker sales volumes. Case volumes fell 1% globally and in North America. But Coke says pricing was up 6% April through June. Atlanta-based Coke reporting revenue up 1%, $12.5 billion. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today's KSVIP is Connie Holmes. Connie is celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday. We hope it is a wonderful day, and thank you for 47 terrific years. And this is from your loving husband. Today, Connie, you're going to receive a flower from Nels Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Connie Holmes. I don't think I'm a sharp-dressed guy today. Hey, good morning and welcome once again to the Good Morning Artesia radio show. It is Fair Week and it is Tuesday and it is not Scott. Scott Pettis, of course, fills in for Gene Dow on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm Gene Dow, filling in for Scott Pettis, who fills in for me. As it is Fair Week, and we got a lot going on with the Eddy County Fair, which kicks off today. Everything gets rolling today out at the Eddy County Fair. Yesterday, load-in day, all the animals were coming in, and everybody's getting their booths all set up, all the vendors and the businesses in the commercial building and all that good stuff. So cool stuff. And we've got a lot that we're going to be showing you today. from both the Eddy County Fair and the Chaves County Fair, because the Chaves County Fair got started yesterday. We got home last night and watched their the Chaves County Fair pet show, and some kind of lizard won something, which is kind of funny. And then there was a border collie doing tricks jumping over sheep. So that was kind of fun to watch from the Chaves County Fair. Today we've got, looks like 5 events that we're going to be showing you today from the two different fairs. We're going to start out at 8 o'clock this morning with the swine show from the Chaves County Fair. I think the parade is at 10 o'clock today. We're going to record it, and then we'll upload it later today. 1:30 is the Chaves County Fair Meat Goat Show. 3 o'clock today is the Eddy County Fair Dairy Heifer Show. And then at 6 o'clock tonight is the Eddy County Fair Breeding Market Goat and the Goat Show. So those are the 5 events that we're going to have our crews out covering for you today across Eddy County and Chaves County. So, and I think I did get our YouTube page updated last night. I was didn't have anything to do after a long day. It turned out to be a full day yesterday. It was what was it yesterday? I think we finally left. Was it 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock when we finally left yesterday? And there were still some things undone. And hey, barking guy, we've got issues today, just so you know, on one of the systems. So got to get a hold of the creators. There's KSVP TV. So let's see if I go to that page. Yeah. So we've got our live streams going on. We've got the Good Morning Artesia show and the Mornings with Mike Winter show. Those are live now. And then I've got our playlists set up for the county fair, Chaves County Fair and the Eddy County Fair. So if you go to KSVP TV on the YouTubes, I've simplified everything. I've got past live streams, popular broadcasts, and then, of course, live broadcasts and everything else. So it's all up there now, ready to roll. So, yes, we would love you. Yes, of course. Let's see, at the studio. You know, we used to do this show during Fair Week out at the fairgrounds, but it just kind of got, I mean, we could still do it, but I think given my personal situation, I think this is working out a whole lot better to just be here at the studio, and that way we can get Aaron on and everything else good to go. Speaking of that, we're going to have Chamber Chat in the 8 o'clock hour today, and then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to chat with Aaron Irving, Oakley and Irving Wealth Management, see what the markets are doing, tell some jokes, and then Kyle Marksteiner is going to join us from the United Way of Eddy County, and we're going to get an update on what the United Way is doing, projects they've got going on. I think they've been doing a back-to-school drive and some other things. So we've got that all happening today. So, yeah, busy day today. See if we can get through it. Let's go ahead and get started and see what our weather is doing for us. Steve-O, is it Steve-O today?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Still a few showers and thunderstorms hanging around today. Most of those will be this afternoon. We will have some sunshine. We have a little bit of that warm and humid air coming in from the monsoon. Mid-90s, scattered showers and thunderstorms overnight, and we're in the upper 60s, and then a slim chance of a shower again on Wednesday afternoon, but pretty much sunny all day. We're looking at low 90s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
I think I just like to listen to music all day today. What do you think? Says it's partly cloudy and 76. Does that sound right to you? And we're going up to 91 for a high today, and we've got a chance of some rain today. Not much, but a chance that we might see some rain between 4 and midnight tonight. Not a wide, big, heavy-duty chance, but a slight chance that where you are today, you may get a raindrop on your head. And again, that's this afternoon starting around 4 through midnight tonight. Then we'll have partly cloudy tomorrow and 91, and then the rest of the week sunshine, 94 Thursday, 97 Friday, 96 Saturday, partly cloudy, 92 on Sunday, chance of rain again on Monday. So if we do see a few drops, it'll be today, and then the rest of the week will be sunny and hot for the Eddy County Fair. Humidity is at 54%. The dew point is 58 degrees. Our winds are out of the south at 9, gusting to 14. Pressure is 29.85 and steady. Our air quality is 44, which is good. Our high yesterday was 98. The overnight low was 71. 1 year ago, it was 66 and 81. The dirt is between 85 and 102. The moon is in the waning crescent phase. There's not much of the moon you can see, about 7% illumination. The moon will set at 6:45 tonight. We're 18 days from a full moon. Sunset will be at 8:02. Sunrise at 6:05. Partly cloudy, 76 in Carlsbad. They're going up to 92 today. Mostly cloudy, 75 in Rosberg. They're going up to 91 today. Mostly cloudy, 73 in Hobbs, America, and they'll see 91 for a high today. Across New Mexico, it's cloudy and 70 in Albuquerque. Mostly sunny, 62 in Santa Fe. Got a flood watch for the folks up in Cloudcroft and Ruidoso. It's 55 in Cloudcroft, 61 in Ruidoso. Cloudy, 69 in Alamogordo, 70 in Las Cruces, 62 in Gallup, 67 in Farmington, 61 in Taos, 52 at Red River, 71 in Clovis, and in West Texas, sun is shining in Lubbock, 74. It's cloudy in El Paso, and 70. And again, we didn't really cool off last night. It's partly cloudy, 76 degrees here in Artesia. Let's look at our lunch menus and see what we're going to be chomping on here today. We've got just a couple of weeks left of the free summer meals in the Artesia schools for kids and teens 18 and under. Dine in at Park Junior High or Zia Intermediate. And parents and guardians can join in. You have to pay, though, $2.50 for breakfast and $4 for lunch. Breakfast today at the school cafeterias, pancake on a stick. Lunch today will be the beef tacos, the lettuce and tomato, the ranch-style beans, and the diced peaches. So it's pancake on a stick for breakfast and beef tacos for lunch today at the Artesia schools. Senior meal site, it's green chili chicken enchiladas, pinto beans, Spanish rice, strawberries, and angel food cake. So it's green chili chicken enchiladas at the senior meal site with your angel food cake for dessert today at the senior meal site. Senior Center, open the doors at 8. They'll have the exercise video at 8:15. They'll be throwing down the cards for some hand and foot at 9. The line dancers will be out there doing their thing at 9:30. The Fusin' Fun folks will be having fun fusing at 10 o'clock. 1 o'clock this afternoon, the ceramics. 1 o'clock this afternoon, the sewing. And it's poker day today. At 2 o'clock, they'll be playing poker at the Senior Center. Reminder, tomorrow, they'll take you out to the fairgrounds for the Eddy County Fair. That's at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Marlene will play the music for the dance on Thursday night. And it's a jam session. Bring your instrument and jam with your friends at the dance Saturday night at 7 o'clock at the Senior Center. At the library today, it's Mike Polka, and he'll be playing his flute. No, I'm just kidding. It's Mike Polka, 10:30 to 11:30. I believe that's Miguel Briones, Luchador. So that'll be for the kiddos today at 10:30. I guess he'll be in his wrestling costume and everything today. So it's going to be a lot of fun because he's going to hang out with the teens today at 1:30, and they'll be making some comic book coasters while they're enjoying the comedic art of Miguel Briones Luchador. And then for the adults today, the After Hours Book Club, and the book is Artistic License to Kill, starring Timothy B. Dalton. That's today for the adults at 6:30. If you missed the Lunch Bunch Book Club yesterday, you can join the After Hours group and talk about the book tonight. Again, Artistic License to Kill is what will be happening there. Last couple of, I think it's the last week of the summer reading program. They're having the end of the summer cookout is on Saturday, or I'm sorry, Friday night. Yeah, Friday is the end of the summer cookout at the library. Hard to believe it's already end of the summer. Let's see if anything popped up on the school's calendar. Let me do a refresh. Nope, nothing on the school's calendar for today. So let's look at our birthdays. And we've got Maria Zamora is having a birthday. Magdalena Mendoza. Tanya Bassay is having a birthday. I might actually see Tanya today. Have to have a birthday joke for her. Don Moore is having a birthday today. Don? There's no joke I can tell that's funnier than any story you've ever told, so you're the master of all that stuff. Don Moore having a birthday today. Happy birthday to Don. Have they asked him to open up the State Farm office again? I don't know if they have or not. I'm sure I know what his answer was. You couldn't pay me enough to do that. All right. I think that covers all that good stuff. All right, let's take the first break, get the Roswell Livestock Report for the results from yesterday's sale. We'll do that and be back in a moment here on the Good Morning Artesia radio show.
When was the last time a bank asked you about your needs or your goals? When you're a member of Artesia Credit Union, you get to use your money for something more important than fees and finance charges. You get to use your money for you. Membership is open to anyone who calls New Mexico home. Become a member of Artesia Credit Union today and see what your partners can do for you. North 5th Street in Artesia or online at artesiacu.org. Artesia Credit Union, member NCUA.
Did you know that God values relationships? At Faith Baptist Church, we exist to begin, build, and broaden a relationship with God and with others. We want a relationship with God through faith in His Son, Jesus Christ, as our Savior. And we also want a relationship with others in a healthy biblical community. Come join us as we strive together to go from where we are to where God wants us to be. 10:30 on Sunday mornings and 6:15 on Wednesday evenings.
401 South 20th in Artesia, or visit fbcartesia.com.
Peace of mind means knowing you're in good hands. For over 20 years, Air Method's Native Air Emergency Air Medical Program has proudly served the people of New Mexico. And now we're expanding to Eddy County with a new base at Artesia General Hospital. We deliver the most highly rated emergency air medical care in the industry, with expertly trained crews ready to respond when every second counts. Worried about the cost? A 2024 independent study found that patients treated by Air Methods typically experience 24% lower post-event inpatient healthcare costs. And thanks to the No Surprises Act, patients with private insurance are protected from unexpected out-of-network air ambulance bills. You'll only pay your in-network copay, coinsurance, or deductible. Learn more at airmethods.com. That's airmethods.com. Copays, coinsurance, and deductibles are set by insurance providers, not Air Methods. Terms and costs may vary. Contact your insurer for details.
Temperatures are rising, but prices are falling during the $99 down sale at Carlsbad Chevrolet. $99 down gets you behind the wheel of your next dream ride. And with a lot chock full of amazing deals, now's the time to upgrade and save. Get 0% on new 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500s and up to $9,000 off select new Chevy Silverados. Plus huge savings on the pre-owned lot with payments as low as $299 $9.99 a month. Now through the end of the month during the 4th of July sale at Carlsbad Chevrolet, 2155 South Canal.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 487 head of cattle sold on Monday on a steady market with excellent buyer attendance. Compared to last week on limited receipts, stocker calves, feeder cattle, packer cows and bulls sold steady. 3 to 400 pound steers, 454 to 510. 3 to 400 pound heifers, 420, 460. 4 to 500 pound steers, 415, 450. 4 to 500 pound heifers, 387 to 420. 5 to 600 pound steers, 370 to 415. 5 to 600 pound heifers, 372, 387. 6 to 700 pound steers, 342, 370. 6 to 700 pound heifers, 297, 372. 7 to 800 pound steers, 330, 342. 7 to 800 pound heifers, 277, 297. Packer cows, 170, 181. Kenner and cutter cows, 145, 160. Packer bulls, $2, 209. Feeder bulls, 180, 190. Top half the cow calf pairs, $3,000 to $3,550 per pair. Top half the bred cows, $2,700 to $3,200 per head. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock.
All right. Hey, barking guy, I'm still working on the problem we're having. Haven't fixed it yet. At least I think I have it fixed on my end, but I'm still trying to get it fixed for Mike. Hey, let's see. Jerry Jones. You know, when you own an NFL football team, I guess you have different ways of motivating your players. Of course, Jerry's getting up there in years now. How old is Jerry Jones? Hey, Siri. How old is Jerry Jones?
Jerry Jones is 82 years old.
Jerry's 82. And he's owned the team for a long time now, and he's got some Super Bowls. But he got his Super Bowl victories with Jimmy Johnson and Barry Switzer. Hey, Siri. When was the last time the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl? 1996. So the last time the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl was 1996. How many of their fans, what percentage of their fan base wasn't even born the last time they won a Super Bowl? Because, that would be 06, 16. Yeah, it's been almost 30 years. It's been 29 years. How many of their players, the current players that they have, what percentage of the players on the team have not been alive since the last time the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl? And there's no question he loves his team. He loves the Dallas Cowboys. He loves the brand. I mean, look at the money and effort and everything that he's invested in the stadium and the Star at Frisco and everything else that they've done. I mean, there's no question the guy loves his team. He loves the Dallas Cowboys. But they hadn't won a Super Bowl in 29 years. So somebody asked him the other day if he's ever thought about stepping down as general manager. He said Monday, yes, momentary, small fractions of seconds, I promise you. So he has thought about it, but just in a brief little nanosecond. There's a lot of talk about the contract negotiations with Micah Parsons. Micah's a pretty good defensive player, and they want to keep him in the Dallas team. And so he was asked about their contract negotiations with Micah Parsons, and he said there's nothing new about what we're talking about here today relative to contracts. That's been going on a long time now. Jones said, if you say, well, if you don't get him in, you're going to lose the first 2 games, then go on to win the Super Bowl, well, we'll take that, he said, referencing running back Emmitt Smith's holdout in 1993. There were no updates on Parsons' on-field status from Jones. Executive Vice President of Personnel Stephen Jones, or new coach Brian Schottenheimer, ahead of the team's annual nearly month-long stop in Ventura County. It's the second straight off-season where financial dealings with standout players risk overshadowing the Cowboys' football preparations, according to a story that was in AP and published in the Roswell Daily Record today. Quarterback Dak Prescott participated in training camp last year before getting a new contract before the start of the season, which makes Prescott the NFL's highest paid player. Do you know that? Nobody in the NFL gets paid more than the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Wide receiver CeeDee Lamb held out of camp before receiving a new $136 million 4-year contract with $100 million guaranteed last August. Those protracted dealings came ahead of a 7-10 season that marked the end of Mike McCarthy's 5-year run as coach. Jones said he has not negotiated directly with Parsons' agent, though Stephen Jones later clarified that he is typically the one who might handle such discussions, which is why Jerry hasn't done it. Obviously, we don't have to deal with Micah, and we have work to do. That's the only thing I would comment on, said Stephen Jones. Jerry Jones doesn't believe a likely Parsons hold-in would impact the team's development during camp, which runs through August 14th. Said Jones, I'm not concerned at all about what our team can be this year and develop into and what we make of our training camp. He said, I'm not at all concerned about a contract that involves and will affect that in any way. I can't emphasize that enough. Jones then alternated between praising Parsons' business acumen and pointed out that he's dealt with an injury for the first time in his career, missing 4 games because of a high ankle sprain during a typically freewheeling hour-long news conference. Jones said he still likes making personnel decisions. He says, I like it this way. If you watch this upcoming documentary on Netflix, you'll see I give every friggin' thing in my life and then exposed probably 2 or 3 times that to get to sit up here, said Jones. He said later, I haven't worked in 35 years. I've had the damnedest run and the most fun that you could ever imagine. Includes a cameo in the series Landman, appearing opposite Billy Bob Thornton and John Hamm to deliver a monologue about the importance of including family in his business pursuits. Jones joked the filmmakers cut the best part of an off-color joke he tells during a hospital room conversation with Hamm's stricken oil baron. They took that out, and I thought it was the best scene in the whole thing. But he's going back and forth. He's praising Parsons, and then he's picking on him. He praises him in one sentence, and then he picks on Micah Parsons in another. And it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I think most Cowboys fans want there to be a deal with Micah Parsons. I think they feel that the Cowboys are better with Micah Parsons on the Cowboys than he would be playing for somebody else, especially somebody within the same division. But remains to be seen. Dallas Cowboys football will be heard on 2 of our family of stations. 92.9 The Brand will be your home for the Dallas Cowboys, and with Brad Sham and Babe Lothenberg. And Victor Villalba and the crew that do the broadcasts in Spanish, that can be heard on 1061 La Pantera. And matter of fact, we're getting a new satellite receiver. Which one is it here? If you can look, if you're watching online, this one right here. Yep, that one right there. That's a bad receiver. Bad receiver. And so that's going to be shipped back to Dallas. A new one is on its way to be installed in time for the start of the NFL football season, so we can carry the games in good quality on our two stations. So looking forward to all that. All right, we've hit 7:35. That means it's time to take a break for some noise. So we'll get Jared in here. Kim Commando has your tech tip, news and info in the world of tech. That's all coming up next here on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Farm to Tables, New Mexico Farmer Innovation Program has announced 13 projects in 9 counties throughout New Mexico will receive funding for the 2025 grant cycle of the Urban Agriculture Initiative's micro grants. These grants have been awarded to urban farmers, ranchers, and food enterprises across New Mexico in support of projects which increase or improve healthy food access in urban and tribal communities and small towns. And congratulations going out to Artesia's Braxton Norman, who recently won the American Grappling Federation Kids World Tournament in his 160-pound weight class. Norman competed on June 21st at the USA Grappling Team Trials to earn a spot on Team USA Teen Division. He will now represent the United States at the World Tournament in Greece later this fall. Norman competes in all styles of wrestling and jiu-jitsu. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Here's a song for Lowell's Pharmacy, and when it's over, I'll explain why we're called the Family Pharmacy.
You and your family getting all the things you need, where personal service is always guaranteed. Prescriptions filled faster with dependability. That is why we're called the Family Pharmacy.
At Lowell's Pharmacy, we are called the Family Pharmacy. Let me spell it out for you. The F stands for fair prices and everything. The A is for accurate prescription service. M for the many professional services we provide. The I is for immediate service. L for the luxury of getting everything you need in just one place. And the Y is for you.
And that is why we're called the Family Pharmacy.
Lowell's Pharmacy, 612 North 13th, across from the hospital in the Artesia Professional Building. Lowell's Pharmacy.
You're at the airport. Your phone's on zero, but there's a free USB charging station calling your name. Well, plugging it in would be the worst move you've made all day. I'm Kim Commander for Total AV, award-winning antivirus software for just $19 for the first year right now at protectwithkim.com. It's called juice jacking, and it's not new, but it is making a nasty comeback. Hackers tamper with those public USB ports, so when you plug your phone in, they can either steal your personal data or install malware. You think you're just charging your phone, but in reality, your info could be getting sucked out or your phone infected. Here's what to do instead. Use a regular wall outlet with your own charger. Even better, carry a USB data blocker. They're cheap, and they keep the power flowing, but block data transfers. But never ever plug into a random USB port without thinking twice. Juice jacking is the digital version of trusting a gas station sushi roll. Don't do it. Start your day with my free newsletter, so you're always tech ahead. Sign up now at getkim.com. Cybercrime is on the rise, and hackers are getting smarter every day. From phishing scams to ransomware attacks, criminals are after your devices and your money. So how do you fight back? One of the best defenses is solid antivirus software. Blocks suspicious websites and stops hackers before they can do any damage. A healthy dose of skepticism when opening emails or clicking links doesn't hurt either. But for the antivirus help you need, I trust and recommend Total AV. They update you in real time, keeping you protected from the latest threats. Go to protectwithkim.com now and get Total AV for just $19 for the first year. It covers up to 5 devices, including Windows, Macs, and smartphones. That's protectwithkim.com. Don't wait until it's too late. Your security matters. Get protected now. Go to protectwithkim.com for my exclusive deal with Total AV. Just $19 for the first year. That's protectwithkim.com. Protectwithkim.com. Protectwithkim.com.
Turpening and Son Mortuary of Artesia present a listing of today's obituaries. We do not have any funeral announcements to share with you today. This listing has been presented as a service by Turpening and Son Mortuary of Artesia, where we make it personal. Steve-O, get in here and give us an update on our weather forecast. We going to see any rain today?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Still a few showers and thunderstorms hanging around today. Most of those will be this afternoon. We will have some sunshine. We have a little bit of that warm and humid air coming in from the monsoon. Mid-90s, scattered showers and thunderstorms overnight, and we're in the upper 60s, and then a slim chance of a shower again on Wednesday afternoon, but pretty much sunny all day. We're looking at low 90s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Well, what's it doing out there? Right now it's 77. We're already starting the warm-up for today. Mostly cloudy skies. Humidity at 52%. The dew point 58 degrees. Winds out of the south-southwest at 9, gusting to 15. Pressure 29.85 and on the rise. Our air quality index is 44. We have good air quality. The moon is in the waning crescent phase, 7% illumination. Moon set at 6:45, the next full moon in 18 days. The sunset will be at 8:02, the sunrise at 6:05. We had a high yesterday of 98 and a low of 71. 1 year ago, it was only 81 and a low of 66. Partly cloudy, 78 in Carlsbad, 76 in Rosberg, 75 in Hobbs, America. What are the markets waking up to today? Let's get an update on the Wall Street Business Report.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. New research finds that more Americans are shifting their money from checking and savings accounts into financial vehicles that pay an investment income, a trend that helps to explain the resilience of the U.S. economy after a bout of high inflation and recent uncertainty due to tariffs. The analysis by J.P. Morgan Chase Institute examined the accounts of 4.7 million households. Stellantis, the maker of Jeep and Ram vehicles, says its preliminary estimates show a 2.3 billion euros or $2.68 billion net loss in the first half of the year. Alaska Airlines has resumed operations after briefly grounding all of its flights for about 3 hours due to an IT outage, marking the second time it has halted its fleet in just over a year. Domino's Pizza surpassed analysts' expectations for second quarter U.S. same-store sales on Monday, driven by new items on the menu and promotions, sending shares up 5% in early trade. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Hey Roswell, celebrate freedom. Celebrate huge savings with 0 down payment, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Your friends at Roswell Ford make upgrading to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less super fun, super fast, and super easy. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to free you from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Right now, trade and upgrade to a new Ford for less with 0 down, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Our aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Celebrate huge American-made savings and more for your trade during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Get on board at Roswell Ford, because we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Welcome to Answers with Ken Ham. The account of origins presented in the Genesis is a simple but factual presentation of actual events and provides reliable basis for man's worldview and a framework for scientific investigation into the question of the origin and history of life. Answers with Ken Ham is brought to you by Harvest Fellowship at 2307 West Main in Artesia. Call Pastor Ronnie Williams at 746 $61.95. Now, today's Answers with Ken Ham.
Don't teach Bible stories. This is Ken Ham, president of the ministry behind the Answers Bible curriculum. I want to encourage parents, Sunday school teachers, and pastors not to teach kids or even adults Bible stories. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, in our culture, the word story usually carries the idea of fairy tale. When we teach stories from the Bible, we can mistakenly give people, especially children, the impression that it's just a book of made-up stories. We need to teach people that God's Word is a book of real history. Our faith isn't based on made-up stories from a long time ago, but on a real God who acts in real history. Instead of teaching Bible stories, teach the Bible as history.
Want to learn more about the history found in God's Word? Visit AnswersRadio.com and listen to this program again at AnswersRadio.com.
Wow, I was reading last week there was news that had come out that Union Pacific Railroad was supposedly getting into talks with another railroad on the East Coast for a merger. And everybody was kind of settling in on Norfolk Southern as the railroad that Union Pacific had their eye on. There's not that many big railroads anymore. There's CSX, there's Norfolk Southern, there's BNSF, there's Union Pacific. Kansas City Southern was recently purchased by Canadian Pacific, so now it's CPKC. And then there's some smaller regional railroads, but those are the biggies. And now it's reported that BNSF has gotten with Goldman Sachs to advise them on potential merger prospects for BNSF. And there's a possibility that they're looking at either CSX or Norfolk Southern. And so I have a feeling that we're going to kind of be like Canada. You know, Canada has two major railroads. They've got the Canadian Pacific and they've got the Canadian National. Two main railroads that operate across the country of Canada. In the United States, we may have Union Pacific and BNSF, and that's it. If you want to ship via rail in this country, that's going to be about the only way to do that. I thought that was kind of interesting. That they didn't want to be left behind. If UP merges with NS, does BNSF merge with CSX? It's a crazy business out there. Let's see what's going on out there. Looks like the Vitalant Blood Drive folks are going to be down in Carlsbad today, 11 to 2:30. They'll be at 2101 South Canal, Suite C in the lobby there. And you can sign up at the Vitalant website or call 575-625-9743. See if they've got any openings that you can schedule available. Tomorrow, Wednesday, they'll be at Hagerman High School in the Commons area for the Battle of the Badges, Dexter and Hagerman. And if you donate at that Battle of the Badges in Hagerman tomorrow, you get a free t-shirt. And they'll be there 9 until 1. And you can call 575-625-9743 to see if they have any slots available for that. A reminder, registration closes Thursday for Artesia Youth Soccer. No late signups will be accepted. If you haven't registered, now is the time. And they still need referees. Be a part of the game in a fun, rewarding way. Email Artesia Soccer. I don't know if it's Gmail, if it's Yahoo, if it's... I don't know. Doesn't say. Just says email Artesia Soccer. It's kind of like letters to Santa. If you just send an email to that, it'll get there. Deadline to sign up for the Bulldog Breakfast is Friday at the admin building. It's where the schools welcome and the chamber welcomes in all the new members of the staff to the Artesia Public Schools. It's $40. That's your breakfast and a new employee of the schools. If you've got something you'd like to donate, either a door prize or something that can be given to all of the new employees, get those over to the chamber by Friday as well. The actual breakfast is a week from Friday on August 1st. The Written in Red Foundation's 6th annual school supply drive continues through Friday. This will benefit students in Artesia, Cloudcroft, Hagerman, and Lake Arthur. And the donation drop box and table is at First American Bank. I saw it yesterday. There's a lot of people who have been donating a lot of school supplies. So if you're going to do that, please get those in by Friday, if you would, please, in the lobby at First American Bank. And at the Ocotillo, coming up starting on Monday, auditions for Missoula Children's Theater, the performance of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. You're saying, wait a minute, they already did Missoula. Yes, they did. That was Treasure Island. They're doing another one. So if your kids enjoyed it and want to do it again, there's one next week. If you missed out because you were on vacation or whatever and you want to get involved in this one, come on out to the auditions. That'll be on Monday, the 28th. And then the performance will be on the 2nd, on Saturday, August 2nd. And children entering first through senior are eligible to participate in that event. So those are some things coming up that you might want to be aware of. Let's see what's going on with the county fairs. Yesterday, the Chaves County Fair got started, and they had the rabbit show and the dairy goat show and the pet show and dog show yesterday. I'm not sure when we're going to post the rabbit show, but I know you can go back and watch the dairy goat show and the pet show and dog show today. Getting started here in just a few minutes will be the swine show. The meat goat show is at 1:30 this afternoon. So swine show at 8, meat goat show at 1:30. That's for the Chaves County Fair. And we're streaming those at ksvptv.com. I was watching a little bit yesterday, and man, picture quality looked fantastic, super clear. I was really impressed. Eddy County Fair, they'll kick off the fair with the parade. That'll be at 10 o'clock this morning. The official opening is at noon o'clock. Exhibit building and the community center open to the public, noon o'clock to 9 o'clock today. The first livestock show of the Eddy County Fair is this afternoon at 3. It's the Dairy Heifer Show in the Livestock Barn Show Ring. The carnival opens up tonight, 5 o'clock. And then the breeding and market goat shows will be at 6 o'clock. Okay, just looking at this note here. So yeah, parade at 10, official opening and ribbon cutting at noon, exhibit building and community center open at noon, the Dairy Heifer Show is at 3, the carnival at 5, and the breeding and market goat shows at 6. And you can watch live, love saying that, the Dairy Heifer Show at 3 and the Breeding and Market Goat Show at 6. You can watch them at ksvptv.com on the website. Or you can go to KSVP TV on the YouTubes. The Eddy County Fair is on KSVP Radio on Facebook. The Chaves County Fair is on Roswell Talk FM on Facebook. And so those are all the places where you can watch. There's also... on the Eddy County Fair website. If you go to the bottom of the page, there's one that says Watch Live. And that also will take you to the... you can also watch the events there. So if you go to the Eddy County Fair page, down at the bottom it says Live Stream. And if you tap on that, hey, look at that. We're 7 hours, 5 minutes, and 36 seconds from the Dairy Heifer Show. Anticipation. Did I get a content flag for that? I don't know. I hope not. Did you see this? Mattel has introduced a Barbie with diabetes. I thought it was AI. Lana thought it was AI. We thought it was a fake, because there was, for a while there, they had the superhero thing. You could ask the AI to make a superhero doll, and people were doing some really funny ones with, like, our governor and Melanie Stansbury, only they weren't superheroes, they were super idiots. And I thought, yeah, right, that's AI. That's not real. No, it's real. It is a real deal. Mattel introduces first Barbie with type 1 diabetes. According to Mattel's news release, it collaborated with Breakthrough TID, quote, to ensure the doll accurately reflected the medical equipment those with this condition may utilize, as well as the doll's look. The new doll features a continuous glucose monitor, a small wearable device that measures blood sugar levels. It's on the doll's arm to help manage the type 1 diabetes. Medical tape in the shape of a heart keeps the device in place, and the doll's phone displays a CGM app to track her blood sugar levels. An insulin pump. Another small wearable device, this one allowing automated insulin dosing as needed, is attached to the doll's waist. A blue polka dot top and matching ruffled skirt symbolize the pattern used to represent diabetes awareness. A pastel blue purse carries essentials like supplies and snacks, in addition to the phone with the CGM app. The new doll is available to buy new on the Mattel Shop site, as well as retailers across the country. It has a suggested retail price of $10.99, and you can buy it at the big box stores and the jumbo websites and others. So there you go. You can get a Mattel Barbie doll with type 1 diabetes. The article that I'm reading from here says, what other Barbie dolls have disabilities? Mattel's Barbie has committed to, quote, the power of representation, unquote, with the title of, quote, the most diverse doll line, unquote. Its dolls currently come in 35 skin tones, 97 hairstyles, and 9 body types. The Barbie doll with type 1 diabetes is far from the first with a disability. The brand has released dolls with Down syndrome, blindness, hearing loss, limb differences, and I'm not sure what that word is. And as well as multiple Barbie dolls that use wheelchairs. So there you go. Mattel's Barbie, the power of representation. And you can now buy a Barbie doll with type 1 diabetes. Some of the folks that they've recruited to help promote the influencers include it is honoring model Lila Moss and Peloton instructor Robin Arzone. Moss and Arzone have type 1 diabetes. So they have agreed to be a part of the promotion for the brand new Barbie doll with type 1 diabetes. So it wasn't an AI creation. It's a thing. It's a thing. So that could be very important, I guess, to some youngsters who feel left out in all this. Now you can get your type 1 diabetes Barbie doll. So coming up next hour, we're going to do our chamber chat, and we'll probably do some kind of trivia to give away a pair of tickets to the Smokin' Hot Bull Riding and Chris Young concert, which is Friday night. You can get your tickets if you don't want to risk not winning. Go to eddycountyfair.com, click on Get Tickets. They're $11.40, folks. That's a heck of a deal for a concert in bull riding. This is KSVP Artesia. It's 8 o'clock.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. House Judiciary Chair Jim Jordan calling on a member of the team that prosecuted President Trump to come clean before his committee.
The Ohio Republicans sent the subpoena to Thomas Windham, former senior assistant special counsel who worked under then special counsel Jack Smith. Then Attorney General Merrick Garland had appointed Smith to lead the Justice Department's case around Mr. Trump's retention of classified documents. Windham previously sat with the House Judiciary panel on June 12th as part of Jordan's probe into efforts under the previous administration to investigate Mr. Trump. According to a letter from Jordan, Windham declined to answer some questions without authorization from the Justice Department. Jordan countered that such authorization was not necessary. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
House lawmakers leave D.C. in a couple of days for their weeks-long August recess. House Speaker Mike Johnson says there will be no vote on releasing Jeffrey Epstein files before the break. Johnson notes that President Trump has already set the wheels in motion.
He wants all the credible files related to Epstein to be released. He's asked the Attorney General to request the grand jury files of the court. All of that is in process right now.
Democrats have been demanding release of the files, suggesting that they're playing politics. President Trump questions why they didn't release the documents themselves when they were in charge and had the ability to do so. This time it was several Ukrainian cities targeted overnight in Russian drone attacks. One child was killed, at least 24 people injured. The latest attacks come ahead of tomorrow's planned peace talks between Russia and Ukraine, which have so far shown little progress in ending the war. Stay hydrated and stay in the air conditioning if you can. The advice for tens of millions of Americans as extreme heat and high humidity grips much of the country. Watching Wall Street this hour, the Dow trading 72 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword micro to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say micro to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Britain is trying to stamp out the lucrative and too often deadly business of human trafficking.
Looking for new ways to tackle people smuggling, the government has now introduced what it says is the world's first sanctions regime to, in its words, smash the gangs. Anyone involved, from the Middle East to the Balkans, could face being banned from the UK and having any assets here frozen. The aim is to name and shame the men in suits driving the business and getting rich from it. Among the first expected targets are people selling fake passports and supplying the boats being used for illegal channel crossings.
The BBC's Caroline Hawley. Rescuers in Indonesia responding to a ferry that caught fire and killed at least 3 people say they rescued 575 people. That's far more than first reported. and the 2 people are still missing. A Coast Guard vessel, 6 rescue vessels, and several inflatable boats among the vessels responding to the disaster. Townhall.com. Beef prices hit record highs.
And experts say don't expect much relief soon either. According to U.S. government data, the average price of a pound of beef rose to $6.12 in June, up nearly 12% from a year ago. The average price of all uncooked beef steaks rose 8% to $11.49 per pound. Beef prices have been steadily rising over the past 20 years because the supply of cattle remains tight while beef remains popular. John Scott reporting.
Harvard University, which boasts a $53 billion endowment, is challenging in court $2.6 billion worth of federal funding cuts. The school accusing the government of trying to control academic decisions. The cuts followed Harvard's rejection of demands from a federal anti-Semitism task force. It's again on Wall Street this hour. The NASDAQ down 197 points. More on these stories. Townhall.com.
Today's KSVIP is Connie Holmes. Connie is celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday. We hope it is a wonderful day, and thank you for 47 terrific years. And this is from your loving husband. Today, Connie, you're going to receive a flower from Nels Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Connie Holmes. Well, we're back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. It is Tuesday, July 22nd, hour number 2. I'm Gene Dow, filling in for Scott Pettis, who fills in for Gene Dow on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I'm probably not the sharp-dressed man today. I'm just, I don't know what it is with this shirt. I can't get it to... Wait, what am I doing here? Anyway, coming up this hour, we'll be doing our chamber chat, so we'll see what's happening in the wide world of the chambers. I did see that the Chaves County Fair, they've started the stream for the first show of the day from the Chaves County Fair, which is the Swine Show. That'll be at 8 o'clock this morning, so they got the feed going. So if you log in and go to KSVPTV.com on YouTube or the website, you can see they're getting ready for the Chaves County Fair Swine Show. They'll have the Meat Goat Show at 1:30 today. Eddy County Fair, we've got the parade at 10, the Dairy Heifer Show at 3, and the Breeding and Market Goat Shows today at 6 o'clock. So that's what we've got going on the Eddy County Fair stream. So you can go to the Eddy County Fair website, eddycountyfair.com, and at the bottom right, you'll see a button that says live stream. You can watch it there. You can go to ksvptv.com, and it's one of the top 2 boxes right up there. And I swear, we worked hard. I got a phishing email the other day, and it was like, you need to update your web page so that it's friendly for mobile devices. Well, we already did that. We already did that. If I go to ksvptv.com on my phone, Everything is properly proportioned for the phone, whether it's frontwards or sideways. And right there it says Eddy County Fair, 6 hours, 50 minutes, and 58 seconds. There's the box right there. As I scroll up, there's the Chavis County Fair, and it's live, and all the events that we've done there. And if I keep scrolling up, there's all the logos for the schools that we carry, take you to their pages, and then there's me. There's the morning show. So I knew it was a phishing attempt because I already knew that we had already oriented our KSVPTV.com to be compatible on mobile devices, iPhones, Android phones, tablets, and so forth. So I just thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, that's what we've got going on. Also, this hour, we're going to give away a pair of tickets during our chamber chat. We're going to give away a pair of tickets to the Smokin' Hot Bull Riding and the Chris Young concert. I got some info here on the bull riding. That's on Friday. Oh, this is just a summary of everything going on at the fair. I heard Dylan on our radio last week. He was talking about the bull riding. So the stock people, the people that bring in the bulls, wanted to make sure we had a really good rodeo. So this is not, hey, let's go to the county fair. You're not trying to impress your best girl. Watch me as I get on a bull. It's not that kind of bull riding this year. It's there's actually some bull riding cowboys coming in to ride the bulls. So it's going to be a good bull riding. And then at the end of the bull riding, around 9-ish, will be the concert with Chris Young. And tickets are available right now. You can go to eddycountyfair.com. Upper right-hand corner says Get Tickets. Click it. And buy your tickets are $11.40. That includes the fees. So it's basically a $10 ticket plus the service fee. Where else are you going to see bull riding and a concert with Chris Young for $10 plus the $11.40? So go online, get your tickets today. There's also a concert on Thursday night. Tickets are available there for that as well. Check it out, eddycountyfair.com. All right, Smith Paint wants you to know the weather forecast.
Weather is brought to you by Smith Paint Company, your home for Benjamin Moore paints, Hunter Douglas curtains, and so much more. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years. Stop by 1608 South Main in Roswell.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Still a few showers and thunderstorms hanging around today. Most of those will be this afternoon. We will have some sunshine. We have a little bit of that warm and humid air coming in from the monsoon. Mid-90s, scattered showers and thunderstorms overnight, and we're in the upper 60s, and then a slim chance of a shower again on Wednesday afternoon, but pretty much sunny all day. We're looking at low 90s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Oh, there's a good song. Is that the old, what was that, Center Field? Anyway, what do we have out there right now? According to my weather prognostication instigation, we've got 78 degrees going up to 91. Cloudy. Humidity at 51%. The dew point is 59 degrees. Winds are out of the south-southwest at 8, gusting to 15. Pressure 29.84 and steady. Air quality index is 39, which is good air quality this morning. We do have that chance of rain today starting around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Just an ever so slight chance through midnight tonight. 91 today, 91 tomorrow under partly cloudy skies, and then for the rest of the fair, sunshine, 94 Thursday, 97 Friday, 96 on Saturday. Let's see what else. We had a high yesterday of 98, low of 71. A year ago, it was 81 and 66. Partly cloudy, 79 in Carlsbad, 78 in Roswell, 77 in Hobbs, America. Across New Mexico, when they're not shooting at each other, they're enjoying cloudy skies and 72 in Albuquerque, 67 in Santa Fe. Flood watch up on the mountains in Cloudcroft and Ruidoso, 58 in Cloudcroft right now, 65 in Ruidoso. Alamogordo might see some light rain in the next hour. It's cloudy and 71. Cloudy skies, 73 in Las Cruces, 64 in Gallup, 71 in Farmington, 65 at Taos, 55 at Red River, 73 at Clovis, and in West Texas, they've got sun shining, 78 in Lubbock, cloudy and 70 in El Paso, and again here in Artesia, we've got cloudy skies and 78 degrees. So that's what's going on with the weather. All right, let's take the break, and we'll see what happens after that.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency.
Join Hot New Country 92.9 The Brand and La Pantera 106.1 FM for a special live broadcast this Saturday from 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda. Back to school season is here, and Roswell Honda wants to get you geared up for the back to school giveaway. Join us from 10 to 1 for free hot dogs and ice cold Pepsi, Jolly Jumps, face painting, snow cones, and our friends at Tacos Pita selling their delicious tacos and drinks. Register to win a backpack full of supplies, a basket of school supplies, or a computer, desk, and chair. Drawing at 1 p.m. Must be present to win. See you Saturday at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Who doesn't think the dentist is a big deal? I know what you're thinking. What will they find? How much will it hurt? What are my options? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher, and I am here to tell you that here at Carabelli Dental, it is our job to put you at ease. With options like sedation dentistry, you can rest assured that regardless of what dental work you might need, you can get it done while resting comfortably. Call our office now and speak to our knowledgeable staff about setting up your new patient appointment.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental or call 575-622-4455.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 5,700 current Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success, that's what we're about.
Help us give a warm welcome to the newest members of Artesia Public Schools at the annual Bulldog Breakfast, Friday, August 1st at 7 a.m. at the APS Admin Building, 301 Bulldog Boulevard. Enjoy breakfast, meet new faces, and share your love for Artesia. Sign up through the chamber, just $40 per person. Want to contribute a door prize or items for the welcome bags? Drop them off or call us, and we'll swing by to pick them up. For details, contact the chamber at 575-746-2744. We'll see you bright and early August 1st. Go Bulldogs.
Pecos Valley Rides Amusements Carnival is back at the Eddy County Fair, July 22nd through 26th. Over 30 rides like the Orbiter, the Himalaya, the Vertigo 90-foot tower, and Zero Gravity. For the kids, Jumbo the Flying Elephants, the Carousel, the wet boats in real water, live pony rides, and more. Enjoy the cotton candy, funnel cakes, lemonade, and handmade pizza. Get a wristband and ride all you want all day for just $40. Ad paid for by Eddy County and Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Come on, let's have one more.
No, I'm good. And you are too. I called Tommy for a safe ride home.
Don't get hammered. Stay out of the slammer. Never drink, then drive.
This message from the Eddy County DWI program.
Looking to buy or sell a home in Artesia? Trust the team that knows this town best. Lois Oliver Real Estate. With years of local experience and a dedicated group of expert agents, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Whether you're finding the perfect place for your family or getting the best value when it's time to sell, Lois Oliver Real Estate is your hometown advantage. Visit LoisOliverRealEstate.com and let's get started today, because no one knows Artesia like we do, and we love it here. Well, I thought we'd have our chamber folks here with us today. Last conversation I had said, yeah, they'd be here. So we'll see. We'll see if we get somebody rounded up. But let's see. You still need us on the radio? Yes, of course, at the studio. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully we'll have somebody pop in because I want to do a Chris Young ticket giveaway. Do you want to answer the phone or do you want me to do a text like I did yesterday, Lana? How do you want me to do this? We'll see what Lana wants to do. Let's see. I got a note here. Headed your way. Oh, okay. Hey, good morning. Jessica is I guess is at a fundraising class. Yes. And so I was just about to give her the class Cliff Notes.
Give who the Cliff Notes?
Jessica.
Of what?
The fundraising class.
Oh.
A, find someone with money. B, ask them to give it to you.
It's that easy, huh?
Yeah. If it were.
Yes.
C, take the money and say thank you. There.
Are you typing up an official handbook?
Yes, I just texted that to Jessica. A, find someone with money. B, ask them to give it to you. C, take the money and say thank you.
God, I think you need to offer your own class.
How much should I charge for that?
Well, thanks for the tip.
Yeah. It's sometimes it's that easy, and sometimes it is not that easy. It's a little hard.
No,
to
it
try
is.
to,
Yeah,
because you have to make the case and all that stuff. So, trying to get it done. Fair week.
It's Fair Week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Things are kind of busy out at the fairgrounds.
Things are busy. I am not as involved with the fair as I used to be, but I did stay up really late last night working on a project for them. So I'm having a hard time waking up this morning.
Oh, okay. Well, you found some coffee, though, right?
I found coffee.
Okay, good for you.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I got in yesterday. Tana's on vacation, so I'm having to do some of her things. And all weekend, Monday, I'm going to do the show, finish the payroll, get the bills sent off, do the KSVIP, and that's it. Should be done 2-3 o'clock. We can go to the fitness center. Blah blah blah. We left at 6 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's just because different things pop up that you have to take care of, and you don't always. It never stays with the plan.
Yes.
And,
yes. We talk about it at the chamber a lot. Every day is just kind of a new day. Nothing's predictable about our schedule, and we plan from event to event. You know, and that's how we look at the calendar. So it makes everything go by very quickly because you're not looking at today's Monday and tomorrow's Tuesday. You're looking at this week's 4th of July. Next week is the H.F. Sinclair Freedom Shoot. And you just move from event to event, and pretty soon the year's gone by. So it's gotten to where I always tell the girls right after we sort of settle in from Christmas and New Year's and everything, I always tell the girls, all right, guys, it's almost Christmas. And they're like, what? I'm like, it's almost Christmas. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
It just goes by so fast.
And we had kind of a busy weekend, too, because the health fair, hospital health fair was Saturday. And then, of course, we have to move a trailer.
Right.
We're like everybody else getting ready for the fair and had to get the trailer moved in. And so that took all day Saturday. I had my first fall since I've had my stroke Saturday, but I was at the hospital.
Well, if you're gonna fall,
and it was more of an embarrassing thing. I had we were all set up and ready to go. Everything was great. So I thought, I'm just going to get out of the trailer and go sit at the picnic table there under the trees in front of the Green Chili Cafe and just keep an eye on everything. So I had my coffee with me, and I set it on the floor. I got down, turned to grab the coffee, and when I went to turn, my foot didn't move the way that I thought it was. And I started to lose my balance, and the coffee went that way.
Well, at least it went away from you.
And I went that way. And I grabbed the, whatever you call that thing that you crank on the tongue of the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
And just kind of lowered myself down. So I didn't hit the ground or anything like that. But then the first thing you do is you look around. All right, who saw that?
Hey, I almost fell yesterday, too.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I twisted my foot in my stupid wedge shoes, which are so unforgiving. And I didn't actually hit the ground, but I was jello, and it all felt like it was in slow motion, going forward and legs and arms going everywhere. And I grabbed onto the person next to me, and I saved myself.
You saved yourself.
But not without a little bit of embarrassment.
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
First thing I said to Chris and them, I said, don't tell Lana. And then Lana called.
She'll report you to the healthcare authorities.
Exactly. And so she called, and how you doing? I said, well, I spilled my coffee. Okay. Did you get more? Yeah, there's coffee inside. So when she showed up toward the end of the remote, I confessed, well, you lied to me. I said, no, I spilled my coffee. I just didn't give you the whole story.
How I spilled my coffee. You didn't ask me that.
Oh,
I get it. I get it.
But it was a busy day. There was a lot of stuff going on at the health fair, and then we got the trailer parked, and we have these pair of monitors mounted inside the trailer for these types of events, and so we get the trailer parked, opened up the door, and the whole monitor thing is sitting on the floor.
Uh-oh.
So it had come loose.
Not broken, though.
No, everything's fine. And then I couldn't remember how to turn on the air conditioner.
Oh.
We have a mini split in there, and I'm looking at the remote. I'm like, well, how do I turn it on cool?
No.
Jeffrey ran the power cord over and plugged it in, and on the box that we plug into, a light came on, so I knew there was power to the trailer. Mm-hmm. He hops up in the trailer, and nothing's working, and he goes running over to go look at the plug. Well, I know there's power because the green light's on, and so Lana's up in the trailer, and I said, see the breaker panel? Yeah, flip those breakers on.
It's usually amounts to flipping a switch.
Yeah, and so, but some people immediately jump to the biggest potential problem instead of just checking the little things.
All the small things.
Up the ladder.
Was it nice and cool in there?
It was after a couple of hours when
Good.
it
usually
ran.
stays really cool in that little trailer. Okay, the fairgrounds is under construction.
No kidding.
So
there's a lot of changes out there.
Yes. I mean, it's going to be so exciting, but I recognize that it's going to be a little bit of a struggle this year.
And you can see the footprint of the new building.
It's gigantic.
80,000 square feet.
It's a little less than that, but it's like 76 something and some change. 1,000 square feet. Yeah, that's a huge building.
It's going to be great.
It'll be great. That means that, pretty much everything will be indoors. All the livestock, the show, arena, everything.
Yeah. And if they stick with the plans that we were told, there'll be a big old door so we can bring our trailer in and park it right there. And then, of course, they'll have all the audio-visual stuff all wired up. And so we'll just plug in and feed whatever TV screens and monitors that'll be all through the whole complex so that anywhere you are in the building you can watch the stuff that's going on. That's really cool.
The cool thing about it too is that it's going to be fabulous for the fair week, but it'll be usable for other things throughout the year, big events.
Right.
Or just whatever. It could be rented out. It could be used for a lot of different things.
So are there different things? Are there different raffles and stuff going on this week if people want to help contribute to the building fund?
I actually don't know the answer to that question, but we'll find out. And I know that there are ways to donate. So, and and they still are fundraising. It's a huge project. It's a lot of money, and they were able to get going with the support of a very generous donor, but they still have an obligation to try to offset those costs and raise as much as they can, so, and to complete the project. So they're working on that now, and so if you go out there and have it in your heart to donate, or just want to find out more about it, there is a way to do that.
Yeah, because like, for example, the non-livestock entries, they had a huge amount of exhibits or entries in the non-livestock competitions this year. And so there'll be more room inside this new building to accommodate those types of things.
The fair, really, people think of the fair as the animals, and I realize that's kind of the, it's the first thing you think about, right? It's kind of the main attraction or whatever. But kids in 4-H participate in a lot of ways through those indoor exhibits, but there are lots of open exhibits too, so just anyone can participate. You don't have to be in 4-H or FFA. You don't have to be country. You don't have to have animals. All the stereotypes that people think of with the county fair. You can be a photographer and enter the photography show. You can have a garden and enter your vegetables, or you can grow flowers, and there are just lots of ways to compete. And or just show off. Whatever. And plus, there's a lot of good food out there. There's entertainment out there. It's a fun week.
We'll try to get out there, because I think we are allowed. Lana will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're allowed 1 cowboy taters per year.
Yeah.
So I think we're thinking about doing that.
That's fun.
And
that's fun.
Tip: as soon as it comes out of the fryer, hit it with the seasoning. Don't wait a few minutes. Hit it right away, because then it gets sucked.
Yeah.
It gets sucked in, and it tastes really good. And they were saying. I asked somebody. I said, what happens? What goes away when the new building goes in? And there was talk about, hey, let's take the current show ring, maybe turn that into the food court area.
Oh yeah, I think they may. They can take it down. They can fix it up and do some things with it. They still have the white building there. Obviously, the old bathrooms are gone already.
I know.
Which darn. And then, and then there's what was the steer barn where all the steers stayed, and dairy heifers for the show. That's already gone. So, yeah, it'll continue to change even after the building is up.
Pretty exciting stuff. So
it is. It's that current setup's been there for about 60 years and has been maintained by the fair board, who's volunteers, and it's a lot. It's time. It's really time for a new facility.
I think it's great. I think it's and just help out now. This I don't know where you can get a concert ticket for $10 anymore.
Oh, for sure.
And the entertainment they've got Thursday night and Friday night, go online, buy your tickets. Matter of fact, we need to give away a pair of Chris Young tickets this morning. And if that's okay with you.
Let's do it.
And I had some Chris Young trivia. Did it disappear? Let's see. I didn't know a whole lot about Chris Young until I started reading some of this stuff. And do you know much about Chris Young?
I don't, actually, but except that I understand he's very popular. It's not exactly my area of music, my main type of music, although I still will go out and watch the concert.
That's right. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'll do what I did yesterday. I'm going to give out a phone number, and you have to text the answer to this phone number. And the first person who texts in with the correct answer, you will get a reply back that says you're a winner. Who are you? And so Destiny was the winner yesterday.
Yes.
And Destiny's going to come in tomorrow to get her tickets. So here's the number is 575-365-4174.
I recognize that number.
I do too. Only number I've ever had. in the history of cell phones.
Oh, I was going to say only cell phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. It's only one. Don't even have a landline anymore.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Not many people do.
Mm-mm.
There's still a few holdouts out there, but most people, that's it. Okay, 575-365-4174. Here's the question. Who did Young become a member of in 2017? Who did Young be? Is it? It's not the Young Republicans. Who did Young become a member of in 2017? That's the question. And we're talking about Chris Young, of course.
Chris Young.
Who's going to be here in Artesia Friday night at the Eddy County Fair. If you know the answer to that question or want to take a guess, text 575-365-4174. And the first one in with the correct answer, you'll get a reply. You're a winner. What's your name? And you'll win this pair of tickets that I have right here to the Friday night concert. Save you $22.80. So, all right, we're going to take a break for some news, and we'll be back, see if we have a winner when we come back on Good Morning Artesia.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Sorello. Farm to Table's New Mexico Farmer Innovation Program has announced 13 projects in 9 counties throughout New Mexico will receive funding for the 2025 grant cycle of the Urban Agriculture Initiative's micro grants. These grants have been awarded to urban farmers, ranchers, and food enterprises across New Mexico in support of projects which increase or improve healthy food access in urban and tribal communities and small towns. And congratulations going out to Artesia's Braxton Norman, who recently won the American Grappling Federation Kids World Tournament in his 160-pound weight class. Norman competed on June 21st at the USA Grappling Team Trials to earn a spot on Team USA Teen Division. He will now represent the United States at the World Tournament in Greece later this fall. Norman competes in all styles of wrestling and jiu-jitsu. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. The S&P 500 closed above 6,300 for the first time, and the Nasdaq hit a record again ahead of earnings reports from big tech companies today. Verizon rose 4%, joining many other companies reporting higher profits than expected. T-Mobile and TJX, including Marshalls, also rose, so did Home Depot and Walmart. Wall Street and businesses are waiting now to know what tariff rates will be. The White House says August 1st, a week from Friday, will be the hard deadline for countries to start paying tariffs. The European Union countries are threatening to retaliate if they think U.S. tariffs on them are too high. It's estimated that more than $5 billion in business a day is done between the U.S. and the European Union countries. There's a warning about millions of above-ground pools. The Consumer Product Commission says there's a strap on them that kids can climb to get into the pool, and there have been some drownings in pools made by Bestway, Intex, and Poly Group. Kiplinger Financial Research prices and says Sam's Club has lower prices, Costco has better quality, and they both have good credit card perks. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Still a few showers and thunderstorms hanging around today. Most of those will be this afternoon. We will have some sunshine. We have a little bit of that warm and humid air coming in from the monsoon. Mid-90s, scattered showers and thunderstorms overnight, and we're in the upper 60s, and then a slim chance of a shower again on Wednesday afternoon, but pretty much sunny all day. We're looking at low 90s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
We have a winner.
Yay!
Yay! Happy, I was going to say happy birthday. Congratulations to Ben Harvey, who correctly answered that in 2017, Chris Young became a member of the Grand Ole Opry.
Very cool.
So, but thanks to, my phone's been just sitting here ding, ding, ding all morning. Thank you so much. Appreciate you trying. And I have more tickets to give away, so we'll give away another pair tomorrow.
That's awesome.
So
I think it'll be a good concert.
I think it's great. That's a pretty big name coming to Artesia, and I just can't believe the ticket price. I mean, you go to a football game, professional baseball game, bull riding event, or whatever, you're going to pay a little more than $10. There's Ben's tickets right there.
Yeah, I bet. I look at tickets occasionally for concerts in other places, and what's the lowest price you're going to pay? If you're lucky, you're going to pay like $80 a ticket, one ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here you can get two for $22.80.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right, perfect. We're going to take one more break, and then we'll be back. See what else is happening around town with Haley from the Chamber next.
Hey, Roswell, celebrate freedom. Celebrate huge savings with 0 down payment, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Your friends at Roswell Ford make upgrading to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less super fun, super fast, and super easy. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to free you from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Right now, trade and upgrade to a new Ford for less with 0 down, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Our aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Celebrate huge American-made savings and more for your trade during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Get on board at Roswell Ford, because we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
When was the last time a bank asked you if you'd like to keep more of your money? At Artesia Credit Union, you pay yourself by avoiding big bank fees and all the corporate investors that go along with them. Let Artesia Credit Union help you achieve financial happiness. From home and auto loans to a working line of credit or sending your kids to college, membership is open to anyone who calls New Mexico home. Stop by the branch on 5th Street or log on to artesiacu.org. Artesia Credit Union, member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
Are you ready to make a difference in the lives of students and athletes right here in the City of Champions? Artesia Public Schools is now hiring school bus drivers for routes and activities. A CDL, background check, and drug test are required, but don't worry, we'll help you get your CDL. Join the team and drive our Bulldogs to success on the road and in life. Visit bulldogs.schoolspring.com to learn more. That's bulldogs.schoolspring.com. Drive the pride of Artesia.
At First American Bank, we champion for you and your small business. Our dedicated business banking team offers you individualized financial solutions, lending expertise, innovative products, and personal attention. Our goal is to help you be ready for your next opportunity. Let us be your partner in growth and success, because when you succeed, we do too. First American Bank, your local first community bank since 1903. Equal housing lender.
With a deep heritage in oil and gas, Abo Empire is focused on safe and effective energy development in New Mexico. We will continue to make strategic investments in this industry to promote the economic and environmental well-being of our company, our partners, and our communities. We are continuing the Yates tradition. From John Yates Jr., Cynthia Yates Price, and their families, we are your partners in the community and proud supporters of Artesia Bulldog and Lady Bulldog Sports.
When was the last time you had some really delicious homemade ice cream? That long, huh? Well, satisfy that craving with Ensemble Tea Treats homemade ice cream, now available at La Fonda Restaurant in downtown Artesia. Ensemble Tea is a local company, so it's good ice cream and you're supporting our community businesses. Come try some homemade Ensemble Tea ice cream today at La Fonda Restaurant in downtown Artesia. Hey Artesia Bulldog fans, are you ready to unleash the spirit of victory this season? Tate Branch Auto Group is proud to stand alongside the Bulldogs as they charge onto the field, court, and track.
Just like our commitment to delivering top-notch vehicles and service, your dedication and passion for the Bulldogs inspire us every day. Visit Tate Branch Auto Group today, either in person or online, because when it comes to supporting the Bulldogs, we're all in. Tate Branch Auto Group, revving up the Bulldog pride. Go Bulldogs!
I can't find anybody that wants those curtains.
Huh, I wonder why.
Yeah. But actually, I do have somebody. We're going to get our windows tinted, and then the curtains can come down that are probably 50 years old, 60 years old. And one of our folks that does work for us is involved in the Roswell Community Little Theater.
Oh, yeah.
They want those.
Do they really?
Yeah. I don't know that they know that they want them. He thinks that they want them.
Yeah.
And so
yes,
he's going to take them. It's like when you give stuff away and...
This is not a board-approved action.
Yeah.
Take the curtains.
Yeah. You know, it happens a lot at the train club. We got a message Monday. Yeah, Monday. Hey, I'm cleaning out a barn, and I found my granddad's old train collection from the 1970s. You know, you guys want it? And we're like, no.
Yeah.
We don't have any room for what we have, let alone accepting donations from other people. We tell the members, you know, if you are interested, you go make a deal. But as you know, I could just see some organizations, you know, just getting donations because we don't know what to do with it. But maybe and then you keep thinking, well, maybe there's that $1 million secret long lost thing in there.
Yes.
No, it's usually not.
It's usually not. It's sort of like baseball cards.
Yeah.
Can have thousands and thousands of them, and there might be a gem.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all cool.
They're all cool.
Yeah.
Haley's here from the chamber. We've been talking about the fair week that's going on, and the video we've got going now is in Chaves County. They are doing the swine show.
Oh yeah, their fair's
County
at the
Fair.
same time.
Right, but they don't have all the rides and food booths and all that other kind of stuff. It's just the animal show.
Their fair is basically just a livestock show. Yeah. So the carnival opens tonight at 5. We've been getting calls about that quite a bit.
Yep.
Parade's at 10. Ribbon cutting's at noon today. So that's when the fair officially opens, and then they have a livestock show this evening, don't they?
Yes, they do. 3 o'clock. It is the Dairy Heifer Show.
The dairy heifers. Yeah. Which are fun. They're cute.
And then the goats are tonight.
Goats are tonight.
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
I guess I'll go out there and watch the goats. We did get a call yesterday about the Thursday concert.
Yes.
And they had a little, whoever the caller was having a little bit of trouble finding it on the website. And unless they fixed it, it's just a little hidden. You have to click on the...
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because if you go to events and go to entertainment, it's not there.
Yeah, for some reason it's not there. But if you click into
Get tickets,
then you can find it.
And when you click on Get Tickets, it's right there. July 24th concert, Secreto and La Reunion Norteña.
Yes. So they are there, and we did have some folks looking for that yesterday. So obviously feel free to call the chamber or the radio station, but it's there. It is happening. Yeah, people were confused and thought maybe it was being canceled. It is not.
Right. And I understand the confusion. You click on events and entertainment, you don't see it. But if you go to Get Tickets, it's listed there. And it's the same price, $11.40, which includes the service fees. So it's not $11.40 plus.
Yes.
It's $11.40, and it's all general admission. I was laughing because Dylan said, hey, we're going to give you some tickets to give away to the Friday night concert. And Scott said, do you want some tickets to the Wednesday night free concert to give away? And I didn't catch it right away. I said, well, yeah, we could probably do some of that. Sure. Oh, wait. It's a free concert.
Yeah. Yeah. Wednesday's free. That's cool.
Yeah.
Thursday and Friday are each $10 plus whatever, the $11.40. the service fee.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still a really, really, really great deal.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
It is. So Wednesday night is so that one, if you go to events, entertainment, that one is listed Faith and Family Night, and that is Rhett Walker and Unspoken, and that one's free. So, yeah, it's a busy week for John Pinnell because he does all the lights and sound for all that. He has the signboard that's in the show ring. And we kind of work together with him. He puts his computer stuff in our trailer, and all the cables drop in there. And then Jeffrey has a camper, and he stays out at the fairgrounds. And I was joking with him. I said, they'll probably put you next to the bathrooms. No, they're going to have me over there. So Sunday night, where's my camper spot? Dylan says, right over there by the bathrooms.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Good for Jeffrey.
And Jeffrey's like, how did you know? I had nothing to do with that. I just,
Are you sure?
I swear I had nothing to do with that. And I just spilled my coffee on Saturday. No, I didn't have anything to do with it.
That's a good one.
I didn't go. I missed the Michael Mark Murphy concert. I hope that went well.
I think it went well. And,
they have the street dance the next day.
So this is kind of cool. There's always been, that Saturday is always National Day of the Cowboy. And Benny's has always done a thing around that. And the Arts Council joined in on that. And for a few years, before COVID, though, actually, I think the Arts Council was trying to participate and do kind of a daytime activity. Jess Addington at the Ocotillo is trying to shift that a little bit. It's so hot with this outdoor kind of dance and a live band and food trucks and a little beer garden and all that. And what'd she call it? Wild West. What'd she call it? Something about the West. But it's in
the past. I've already moved it out for new coming information.
It's way out west. It's
way out west. Yeah.
No, I don't know. Anyway, it's National Day of the Cowboy, essentially. And it's always that Saturday before the fair. It's fun to celebrate. And so I'm hoping to really see that take off. Jessica from the Chamber went out there and volunteered and said it was really cool.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, we saw them setting up and everything.
Yeah.
By the time we got done Saturday with all the stuff we were moving around and everything, we were kind of exhausted.
I bet.
And,
yeah. It's fun. It's easy peasy. Go out there, dance. It's something to do, and you would do it somewhere else. That's what, people, it's common, right, to hear, oh, there's nothing to do, whatever. But what would you be doing if you went somewhere else? You might be going to an outdoor venue and listening to live music and eating, and that's a fun thing to do. So
it is. So I guess the next in that vein is the Red Dirt Black Gold. Is that the
Red
next
Dirt Black
thing?
Gold is coming up, and all of that will be the week of the air races. So the air races in Roswell is September 10th through 14th, I think. That Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Do I have the dates right?
I think so. Yep. 10th through 14th.
So the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 11th, 12th, 13th, there will be events downtown at night. And I don't remember the order of the Wednesday or the Thursday and Friday night events, but Saturday is like it's all Red Dirt Black Gold festival, but that Saturday night is like the night of the traditional Red Dirt Black Gold we've been doing. Cody Canada will be here.
Okay.
So that'll be fun.
And the Dearly Departed, is that
just the Departed.
Just the Departed. Okay. All right. I'll need to make sure and add some of that into our Red Dirt rotation on
They're
the brand.
great. Yeah, and they're just coming off the heels of that big what'd they call it? I went to it. I don't remember what it's called. They had a big concert at Oklahoma State University. They did another one at Baylor. It's a 4-day festival of Red Dirt music, and
well, I mentioned anybody that I've mentioned to
Boys from Oklahoma. That's what it was called.
Okay. Anybody that I've said, oh yeah, they moved the Red Dirt Black Gold to be the same week as the air show. The first question that comes out, well, that's the week of the air show. Why would they do that? but there's a really good reason, isn't there?
Well, so the air races are during the day from like 8 to 5. And after that, there's nothing to do. There's nothing happening at the air races venue. I mean, that is a large venue, acres and acres of land. Some people will be camping out there. There's RV space and whatnot. But the vendors will be shut down. The races will not be going. There's not a nighttime air show or demonstration. None of that will be happening in the evenings. So we're really hoping that not only our own community, but any visitors in the area will like to come out and listen to the live music, go to the beer garden, get some food, have fun. It'll be a proper outdoor concert for 3 days, and lots of vendors will be set up there. So,
now, will the street be blocked off like it was last year?
I think they're moving it back off of Main Street, although we really loved that venue, that setup. We're just concerned that so many people will be here from out of town, and having the detours around the very main road that you drive through in town will be a little confusing and frustrating. So they've moved the event back off of Main Street, to the block north on Texas. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I think it'll be a great setup, and you can still drive up and down Main Street, see the shops. We're hoping that some of our vendors, not vendors, but stores, actual stores, will be doing some fun things. We're hoping our restaurants will stay open a little later or on the weekend in order to accommodate. Now, Sunday, there are races, but it's the championship races, like the final heat of all of it. And then they have a big, huge banquet. And I'm thinking a lot of people who aren't going to be going to that banquet will be leaving. So
what have you heard as far as hotels and things like that? Are they
I think our hotels are pretty full. Yeah, and in Roswell, we've been kind of scoping out Airbnb. It seems like there are a lot of Airbnbs available in Carlsbad. It's a little far, though. There are still a few in Artesia, so if you are looking for a place for friends coming in, or somebody who needs one, if you can't find it on Airbnb or wherever, call the chamber, because we do have some information about available spaces that will be very nice to stay in.
But as far as what you've seen, the hotels here are filling up.
Hotels are full. Yeah, now I think some of our hotels have a room here and there, but one room for one night during that week might work for somebody, but it's a little too specific for most visitors who want to come in for a few days.
Right. So the idea being they'll go to the A races during the day, and then however they get from here to there, they'll get there to here, and then they'll be looking for something to do, and Red Dirt Black Gold will be going on with all that entertainment for 3 nights.
I think that there will be a lot of opportunity for restaurants and merchants to take advantage of the people here and give them, we're really hoping to put our best foot forward as a community with customer service and hours and things to do, because we want to make a good first impression.
That's right.
They say that your sale really comes after your you have to make a good first impression, and then you'll get repeat customers over and over again. And I think it's hard for people to understand how passionate people are about airplanes. So the people who follow these air races are very serious, and will come year after year after year if we do it right.
Right.
So
I got to get those weeds off the sidewalk over here.
Pull your weeds.
Yeah.
Sweep off your sidewalk. Open your door.
That's right.
Put a smile on your face, and you'll get them coming back over and over again.
That's right.
And they'll spend money.
Walk out to the front of your store and look back and pretend that you're a customer.
Yes.
Instead of just, here I am at work again,
Yes.
Do the best you can to get that done, and because not only for this week, but really for all the time.
All the time. I mean, think about I like to think of what people need to think about, what their experience is when they go to a place they like. What made the thing memorable? I mean, sometimes it's some entertainment or something. I get that, but when you go to another town and you think, oh, this town's cute, what was it that stuck out? And we need to try to emulate that here. putting our best foot forward, whatever that is, just being presentable, being welcoming, being open, being excited to see a customer and sell them something. I mean, honestly, when people come to you, they usually want to open their wallets. Give them a reason to.
That's why they walk in the door.
That's why they walked in the door.
Yeah. By the way, I keep thinking somebody's going to buy our building we have for sale in Roswell because they need it for the air show.
You never know.
You never know. And so we have a building for sale in Roswell, by the way, and we finally, we had some people in there that we had to politely ask to leave.
Oh,
and
yes.
then we finally got in there and got it all cleaned out because they left, but they didn't take their stuff.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
So that cost some money. So I'd like to get that money back if you would please consider buying our building that we have for sale.
Good idea.
Call John Henry, real estate agent.
Yes, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. The airport, also, if you know anybody flying in, if you know somebody who's flying in from another town, the city did add tie downs down at the airport.
Yes.
So there'll be plenty of space. They have been.
Well, good. So get ready for Red Dirt Black Gold. That'll be in September.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe school starts in a couple weeks.
School starts. New Teachers Breakfast is July 31st, I think.
August 1st.
I'm sorry. Is it August 1st? Oh, yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
The dates are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm
August
sorry.
1st.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Friday, August 1st.
Uh-huh.
School's just around the corner. So if you have things that you want to give to the new hires, come by the chamber.
All right. Haley, thank you so
You
much.
bet.
All right. News is next on KSVP Artesia.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The families of 4 Idaho murder victims, not the only ones, demanding an answer to the nagging question, why?
President Trump also wants to know why Brian Kohberger killed 4 University of Idaho students in 2022. Against the wishes of the families, Kohberger was given a plea deal in exchange for a guilty plea, and in doing so, will avoid the death penalty. But the plea deal did not require Kohberger to explain how and why he stabbed the 4 students to death while they slept. President Trump posted on Truth Social that while life imprisonment is tough, it's better than the death penalty, and he hopes the judge makes Kohberger explain why he did it. Kohberger is expected to receive 4 life terms when he's sentenced on Wednesday. Tasha Stevens reporting.
More than 200,000 pages of files relating to the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. have been released by the Trump administration. Those records had been under a court-ordered seal since 1977, but in January, President Trump signed an executive order declassifying the files, along with those relating to President Kennedy and Robert F. Kennedy. One GOP senator fears the president's health could suffer as a result of his constant battles with and attacks by political foes at home and abroad.
Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville told New York talk show host John Catsimatidis on Sunday President Trump's health may be taking a hit from his ongoing battles with bad actors all over the world, but also with what he called the radicals in this country. In his words, every day it's almost like a fistfight. The White House announced last week Mr. Trump has been diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency. It affects the flow of blood returning from the legs to the heart. Bob Agnew reporting.
Parts of the east getting ready for another intense heat wave as the high heat and humidity enveloping the country's midsection expands eastward as we head toward the weekend. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. You work hard, you build wisely, your home has become one of your greatest assets. If you're staying put this summer, this might be the perfect time to put that equity to work. Whether it's funding a second home, helping your kids get their start, or simply creating more margin in your financial life, Mike and Brian at Fellowship Home Loans are the only ones I trust to guide you through it. They've done loans for my family. They tailor every loan to fit your goals. Fellowship is a direct lender and operates with your best interest in mind. If you're looking to access your equity through a refi or exploring a HELOC for some cash this summer for a second property, or maybe tackle those updates you've been putting off, start with people you trust. People I trust. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. or call 800-510-MIKE. 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans. Mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
A disaster on the water in Indonesia.
More than 500 people have been saved from an Indonesian ferry that caught fire over the weekend. The KM Barcelona 5 caught fire around midday Sunday while heading to Manado on its regular half-day journey. Video footage shows people in the water as the boat was engulfed in flames in the background. A Coast Guard ship, 6 rescue vessels, and several inflatable boats were deployed in the rescue operation. Crews pulled many people from the sea and took them to nearby islands. Local fishermen also saved some survivors wearing life jackets as they were drifting into choppy waters. 3 people died from the fire, 2 remain missing. I'm Haya Panjwani.
Russian forces attacked several Ukrainian cities overnight, killing a child, wounding at least 24 people. Meanwhile, another round of peace talks scheduled for tomorrow. News and analysis, townhall.com. Quite a difference between a recommended sentence and the actual punishment imposed in a high-profile case out of Kentucky.
A former Kentucky police officer has been sentenced to nearly 3 years in prison for using excessive force during the deadly Breonna Taylor raid 5 years ago. The Justice Department had recommended no prison time for Brett Hankinson. Hankinson, who fired 10 shots during the raid but did not actually hit anyone, was the only officer on the scene charged in the black woman's death in 2020. He is the first person sentenced to prison in a case that spawned weeks of street protests over police brutality. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Iran says 27 inmates still at large after an Israeli airstrike last month hit a notorious prison in Tehran. Local media reports that 75 prisoners escaped during the strike. 48 have been recaptured or returned voluntarily. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Today's KSVIP is Connie Holmes. Connie is celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday. We hope it is a wonderful day, and thank you for 47 terrific years. And this is from your loving husband. Today, Connie, you're going to receive a flower from Nels Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Connie Holmes. Follow along. Scott Pettis normally fills in for Gene Dow on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but Scott's busily involved, he and his family, at the Eddy County Fair, so he's out at the fairgrounds this week. So I'm Gene Dow. I'm filling in for Scott Pettis, who fills in for Gene Dow on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Awesome.
So, and then Tana's on vacation, so we're all kind of cross assignment, doing different stuff. And
that's
things
the
like
summer for you, man. That's summer life.
Yeah.
You learn new stuff every year.
Every year. And then what was funny was this morning, the production guys were trying to put some commercials into the Spanish station computer, and he couldn't get in. And he'd been getting in up until today. And I said, well, we did a software update on Friday. Had you tried since then? He said, no. Okay. What's your username and password? He told me what his username and password is. So I went into the system to look for the users. He wasn't in the system. I said, I think I know why you're not getting in now. But how was he getting in before? The mysteries of software.
Yeah.
I don't
kidding, man.
Understand. And then we've started gathering stuff. I've got new mics, and I've got cameras coming. I've got new mic booms, and we have new computers coming to replace these systems here. So
We are beginning to look at new computers because of the whole Windows 11.
Yep.
Deal. I mean, what a good way to make some money, I guess, huh? Hey, we've got this new version of Windows, and if your computer's more than a couple years old, I guess you're going to be buying a new one. So
it's funny which ones are. Like, I'm a member of the Model Train Club up in Roswell, and we've got an older computer. It's probably been there 4 or 5 years. It was Windows 11 compatible. It updated to Windows 11. And I know it was a Walmart special. So why is this computer okay, but not this one that we paid, $800-900 for a couple of years ago? Why is this one not compatible? It's just, I mean, I know why, but it's just, why did this computer have that little chip in it and this computer didn't have that little chip in it?
So I should probably know this, but if I have an old computer and I don't upgrade to Windows 11, what's going to happen to me? I mean, I just can't use any of the basic software? Or?
Well, what they tell you is you won't get it. Well, like Windows 10, they'll stop supporting it, which means they won't be putting out updates, which means they won't be putting out security patches.
Okay,
so you are at the risk of something getting into your computer and then infecting your network, and so that's why they want to go to the latest operating system, is to do that. But we're these two computers here, that's Windows XP.
Sure.
They're right over there. That one on the right that does our streaming, that's Windows 7.
Got a Commodore 64 stashed back there? Or Apple IIc?
I still have my original Tandy EX1000. I still have that in boxes in storage. So, but most of our other systems, I think we've updated to Windows 11. There may be a couple of Windows 10s machines we haven't done yet. But yeah, we're doing the same thing, over the last few months, and looking forward, trying to get some stuff that's Windows 11, so that we can be on the front.
Sounds like you don't have much choice. So.
Yeah. Well, the new ones we got for the automation system, they're Windows 11, so we should be good to go. Kyle Marksteiner is here from United Way, and we wanted to have Kyle come in and just kind of bring us up to date.
And I mean, you sent me an invitation a week or two ago, and I think I had a couple conflicts that I just couldn't quite make it, and I'm going to do some office hours up here all day today, and then I was going to go to Rotary, but I think that got rescheduled, and so this is a good time to kind of give you and your listeners an update. I think one thing that we're really proud of, we have 2 new board members on the United Way. Mr. Joe Cueto, he's with ExxonMobil, and then Eliza Malone, she lives up here, and so we're continuing to kind of just, as we add board members, make sure that the whole county is being represented. They both been great. Miss Malone, her first day on the job, and by job I mean as a volunteer, she went out and helped throughout the week last week with Space Camp, and so I think she had a lot of fun with that. So we're very excited about a good volunteer base, because that's what everybody wants with a nonprofit. If you have a whole bunch of paid people, then you're not really a nonprofit. You're just a group. So we have a small number of paid people and then a lot of great volunteers, which is the best model to go. So.
Yeah. I don't know if we've talked. I know we had my mind's gone blank. They have
Allison?
How
did I get that from you pointing that way?
Because that's the direction of the Early Makers. Allison came in and talked about her experience on the Dancing with the Eddy County Stars. I don't know that we've talked about it. How did that whole
and I was with that. It was so much fun, Gene. There are other important things we do throughout the year, but I don't think there was ever one that was just as much fun. And in terms of feeling of accomplishment, you work, you do all these things, you've got hundreds of people sitting there, and the curtains open and it starts. And that's just a great moment when you're like, it all came together. It was a very healthy fundraiser. We hope it'll be even healthier next time. And as Allison said, you're trying really hard to basically trick people into being these 8 dancers we had, and so we pulled every trick in the book, and we really wanted originally 2 or 3 Artesia or North Eddy County participants, and there are different conflicts, different things that didn't work out, so we're already starting to kind of put together our wish list for next year, and we would love to have 2 or 3 folks up in Artesia, and then 5 or 6 folks down in South Eddy County, and just have a really good mix, because that's what makes it fun, just having a good mix of people representing different parts of the county and different interests. Allison was great because I think she was kind of almost like the narrator of the entire event. You know, she wrote a little piece for her magazine about the experience. She came here and talked, and so I kind of pictured the whole thing as narrated by Allison, and her telling the story of her experience and how much fun she had and how much her little girls got into it. And, you know, she had to explain to the poor girls that she couldn't compete against next year because they just assumed that was a kind of a gig their mom had from now on. And so, but who knows? You know, maybe we can find the cameo for mom and surprise everybody.
There you go. Have a past participants category or something like that. Another thing I know United Way does is your food distribution.
Right.
And is that was last week here?
It was last weekend. So we actually kind of do almost simultaneously the Artesia Carlsbad one, and then the following week we do one in Loving, New Mexico. They all went very well. Tammy Jench, my board chair, kind of spearheads the Artesia one. She'd love some more volunteers, though. So if there's some folks out there, Allison was one of the volunteers, did a great job. But if there's some folks who would love to do that, we could use a few more. As far as we can tell, Gene, so I know for a fact it's the biggest food distribution in the United Way does is the one in Artesia. I also believe, based on talking to some other churches and whatnot, that it's the biggest food distribution that takes place in Artesia. And so it's about 110, 120 vehicles, sometimes multiple families, and so it's massive. There was a very small, very hardworking group who did a great job up here, but I think we could use a few more volunteers.
Okay. So is it the same truck that goes here and then Carlsbad, or is it two different trucks?
It is. It leaves Albuquerque, I want to say about 3 in the morning. Sometimes, and then sometimes they actually, what we greatly prefer, they have a refrigerated bed. They come down the night before, they get a room here, and then pop up in the morning, drive over to West Main, drop off the Artesia food, drive down to Carlsbad, drop off the Carlsbad food, and then head back to Albuquerque. That makes life a lot easier because I don't get anxiety about flat tires, about weather, about traffic, knowing
Which has happened.
Absolutely has happened, especially in the winter with Albuquerque. And it's difficult because you have to then go out. Most of your people getting food are elderly, and you have to walk up and down that line. You know, you do what you can. You go on Facebook, you go on the radio, you do what you can, but there's still some people who go out there. And so you go out and walk down, you get a little translation in Spanish, walk down and do what you can, and it's a little, you know, there's some nervousness there. These are folks that do need this food, and so I still have this dream of maybe getting a hub in Las Cruces, which is a little closer, trying to work out some things to just eliminate some of the variables where if there is a blizzard in Albuquerque or if there's a bad, wreck in Vaughn or anything like that, suddenly we have to tell 100 disenfranchised people we don't have food for you, let's reschedule, etc. I would love to kind of streamline that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, what else would you like to share with us?
Well, Gene, we are in the middle of a school supply drive season.
Okay, that's right.
Written in Red has got something coming up August 1st and 2nd. We're a sponsor of that. We're also a participant in that. I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna be doing all the stuff and things, and helping tossing rollers and pencils into backpacks and whatnot. And so they have a great program up here. There's also a box out at Walmart, right by the customer service area. We kind of decorated that one, and so if you wanna help, if you're shopping at Walmart today, drop some stuff in there. We had our Stuff the Bus down in Carlsbad. Last weekend, it was very successful. Our winning team this year was Intrepid Potash down there, and it was like a fortress. Nobody got into Walmart without somebody asking them for school supply drive, sometimes in multiple languages. And it's an exhausting weekend, but it's a great weekend. Our entire office was knee deep in school supplies, and so we were divvying those up and everything. I'd have to do parkour to get to the copy machine because there were so many school supplies just everywhere. But what I like about that program too is some of our programs are helping the families and the kids, but some aspects of our program are helping the schools themselves. We kept hearing about teachers having to buy supplies for kids.
I know.
And we don't want that. We'd like to avoid that having to happen. Those teachers work hard, and what we would love is for the teacher to say, hey, we're out of stuff, or Jimmy lost his stuff, and then, in November, whatever, they go back to the storage closet, pull some stuff out, and the community's helping take care of that. So I love the school supply drive. And then my absolute favorite day of the year is coming up as far as nonprofits. It's called Day of Caring.
Okay.
That's in September. Day of Caring, a bunch of nonprofits give us kind of wish lists. A bunch of companies volunteer to help. If you're a good nonprofit, you have a little bit of a nonprofit guilt in terms of how you spend money. You should, because second graders will do a little quarter collection and give it to you. And when those second graders are told they're told they're helping people in the community. They're not necessarily told that they're buying a new HVAC unit or something like that in your office. And so, sure, the bigger picture is you need, but you get shy about that. I don't want to spend on us. I want to spend on the community. So all this stuff starts to back up. And so Day of Caring, these bigger companies come out, so they paint walls, they weed, they take out old tree stumps, they do all these things that, and they also have some pretty big oil field guys, and they can lift things that I can't lift.
Right.
And so I love Day of Caring because, honestly, we spend a little bit of money on paint and supplies like that, but most of it is just people working and labor and helping and good networking of, hey, what does your nonprofit do? What does your company do? Some people have told me that, they moved to this area, didn't know many people. They got to go out. They got to meet some nonprofits. Oasis Women's Services here, Flogistics helped them. And that's more of a Carlsbad-based nonprofit, but we paired them up, walked in, and, two different groups of people chatting and getting to meet each other. We brought some sandwiches in. They were having a blast. So I really love Day of Caring. I think, if there was a way to make every Day of Caring, we'd probably fall over from exhaustion. But it so perfectly captures kind of how I think nonprofits should be.
Yeah, I think we should start with a day of let's be nice to each other.
Basic civility.
Let's do that every day, and then we'll pick some days for some of these other events. That would be very helpful.
And then, I know you had talked to me a little bit about Ruidoso and Kerrville and things like that. We were peripherally involved. We agreed to be a drop-off site. We agreed to help get word out. I participated. Cal Shade Western down in Carlsbad had some activities this weekend, and I assisted with, just a little bit with some of those, made a little donation, went out to the candlelight vigil. So it wasn't really our event. Our philosophy is usually, let's not hone in on other things people have set up, but let's support them and provide help. So that was kind of how we participated in those. The programs I've really liked have been the ones that there was one, I think, where they got a whole bunch of shovels and they brought them out to Ruidoso in Lincoln County to help people. So, it wasn't showing up where you're not needed. It was providing supplies so that people who needed to use them had the supplies. And I think those intelligent ways of helping are the best way to go.
Well, I think in Ruidoso and I think also in Kerrville, there's foundations that are set up.
There are some wonderful foundations, and that's who we've referred people to. If you gave me money and said you wanted to help with that, what I would probably do just to make sure your donation never got lost in the shuffle is I would immediately go buy some of those supplies and then donate them. Having little extraneous emergency funds for things, sure, you can do it, but I think the responsible thing to do is, okay, thank you for the donation. We're going to go spend that on shovels today, and then we're going to get those shovels out to the folks who need them. So.
Yeah, so that because people want to help.
Absolutely.
By and large, people are generous and they're concerned and they want to help, but you don't always know what the best thing is to help with, and
we did research it, like you said. The two foundations we thought were probably the best way to go, and they would do the best job of making sure donations went to the right place. So rather than us jumping in and making it more complicated, we thought, here's these folks that are dedicated directly to this project.
Yeah, it's a fantastic, and it's good to know that those organizations exist and that people have a good trust in
Right. No, they're very good credibility. They're obviously just terrible tragedies. They're heartbreaking in every sense of the word. We all as parents, went back and forth because we wanted to follow it, but then it would almost get too much where you just couldn't follow it anymore because you saw your own daughter in some of those pictures, and so And so no, but as it's something that's bringing out. A lot of, compassion is very contagious. All emotions are contagious. And so people wanting to help, feeling the need to help. But then also I think one of our roles as sort of the nonprofit is to try to guide that in a way that's most constructive. There was something I saw on Facebook about a guy who asked to borrow a chainsaw because he wanted to go out to Ruidoso to help Okay, so this guy didn't have his own chainsaw, so he's not necessarily great at using a chainsaw. And I guess my question is, when he got to Ruidoso, was there some organization or group of people there to direct him, or was this guy going to take a borrowed chainsaw and just sort of start working his way around?
Yeah,
So I think taking that energy, that wonderful, beautiful energy of helping, but then some of the stories about people bringing too much clothes, that's true. It's happened. You certainly don't want to tell people, please don't help, please don't donate, but you can. I do feel comfortable saying, here's the best ways you can help. Here's the ways that you can guarantee it'll be used. I think last year there was a lot of clothes that kind of went to waste because people would show up, drop bags off at shelters that were in the process of already sort of shutting down, and things got lost in the shuffle. And so I just that wonderful energy to help, but then a little bit of moment of, okay, what's the best way I can help, I think is the next step there.
Sure, and that's what we're checking. Because the United Way, I know you've got, what's the phone number? The
211.
211. I was at a situation, I was not in a situation, I was at a place yesterday where somebody was in need of some information, and all I could think of is, call 211.
That would be wonderful. Send them to us. We get it all across the county. We take number. That's why I was running almost late today. Is I had a 211 call. I was walking out the door. Many 211 services are moving more and more into AI models. I'm very old-fashioned. I am not opposed to use AI as a database, but the boots on the ground, the personal thing, I know that some shelter, that Jim, who runs the shelter, may break for lunch at 12:30 and come back at 1:30. I can tell you that. I can tell you when to reach him. I don't know that AI is going to be able to do some of those things. And so I just hope, as people expand all these processes on reaching people, that we don't just put a quarter into AI and think the problem's resolved. The human element is going to always be the key element to that. So.
That's right. So if you don't know where you can get assistance for utility bills or clothes or food or whatever, is that what the 211 number is for?
Yeah, that's the 211. It's an Eddy County service. There's a few things we can help directly with, like water and electricity and gas bills. We have a nice program now where we help, if there's a structure fire, we can get you a motel room for a couple nights. But if it's not on that list of things, that's what we do every day. And so we know we have some good ideas of who to call. We had a woman yesterday with a black mold issue. And so we did a lot of research, both into government programs that might be able to help with that, and then local charities. Rhonda Jones, our events coordinator, has done this fabulous job where she's gone around to all the churches of Eddy County. And so what we have now is the churches now know that if there's some need that they can't meet, they can maybe refer people to us. And then we also have a good list of some of the services the churches offer. And so we're expanding our ability to communicate with people and to help people. And then also, this isn't the most fun answer, but to make sure processes aren't being abused, where people aren't coming to all of us to try to get help for one thing. There's some bad eggs in there, and that's our job, is to try to make sure there are not many of them, and most people are very sincere in their need and their approach, but it is our job to just try to be a little careful, and before, the second graders who gave us money, we want to spend that money in a responsible way, and part of that is to just make sure we do a little homework before we spend the money. So.
It could be something as simple as you have, say, a family member, older family member, that now has to have a walker or a cane or a chair or something like that, and they can be expensive or they can be hard to find, and maybe making a phone call to your local church or to 211 and say, hey, do you know where there might be some used medical equipment?
No, that's a great example. And, it's a very, very important process of what we do. United Way historically is an allocation group. We give to other nonprofits, and we still do that. That's still important. But I like that. I want to continue doing that, but my heart every day is more in the 211 effort, because it's a direct thing that we're seeing. If you have a family that their power's about to get cut off, and grandma's got some machines plugged in to keep her going, and you're able to keep the power on, you're helping save lives. And so kind of a cool feeling when you go home at night, to know that there's some folks that you've kind of helped them. There's always a concern hey, I work hard for a living. Why can't these folks work hard too? But Gene, so many of the people we help are elderly, and they work their whole lives, and what they're bringing in on Social Security now isn't quite enough. And so I have no hesitation about these people have gone through all the things that we're going through in our lives, and now they're at a point where it's entirely appropriate that we kind of help them with some things. And so
That's right.
I have no problem with us helping and assisting some of these folks with food or with some of their bills.
That's right. What else? Is there anything else that you want to mention and cover that's coming up?
Oh, let's see. We talked about Dancing with the Stars a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I've got some training with the PY Foundation tomorrow.
Okay.
They have been great. I love working with Destiny. I got Destiny to come down to a mini golf tournament we had in Carlsbad a month or two ago, and I think she had a lot of fun there. I think, Gene, those are some of the big things that we're doing right now. We will be starting our campaign soon, and I think that's we would love it if some of our partners up here, I know you go up and down throughout the area, and we would love if some of those folks would let us come do a little presentation. We've got the little traditional pledge cards. If that's not something that's great with them, we'd love it if they maybe sponsor one of our events or things like that. I can assure you, I am very tough on making sure we spend that money appropriately. I don't want to be wasted. I don't want it to be spent irresponsibly. And so whether it's a check from a corporate donor or a bag of nickels from a second grader, we treat all that like we're spending other people's money, which is what we're doing. So, I'd love for some folks to welcome us. As we talked about earlier, I'd love for some more people to attend the food distribution and help. Mm-hmm. It's 115, something like that, families, vehicles, and it's a good event. It feels really good to be out there. The parts of my job, the paperwork, the grant writing, that's all important. I get it, but putting boxes in trunks of people who you're helping, that clears your mind a little bit. So.
Sure. So if somebody wants to volunteer or have any other questions, what's the best number to call?
Call the 211. Let's stick with the brand there, and we can get it. We get.
So you have people that answer that.
We do, real human beings. And in fact, that's one of the reasons I'm up here. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to have some more of your coffee, and then I'm going to go over to the CASA office a few blocks down the road and staff it there, because some people need to call. Some people want to talk to somebody in person, and it helps. Even if I'm not there, we have a scanner machine where people can show up, fill out the paperwork, and scan it, and it goes straight to us. So, I want to do everything I can to move away from automated blah blah blah. I want to, I'm the kind of person, I start screaming, I want to talk to a person and pushing zeros over and over again.
Yep.
And so I know I'm not alone. So
very good. 211 for United Way of Eddy County. Kyle, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
And I'm glad we kept the carafe with the Kith and Kin coffee from yesterday. So it's not too bad,
it tasted great, and most importantly, it gave me the energy I need to get through the next few hours. So.
All right, Kyle, thank you so much.
Thanks.
And we'll see you soon. We'll get Aaron on the phone, see what the markets are doing next.
Roswell Honda is turning up the heat this summer and giving you the chance to win. Simply have your vehicle serviced at Roswell Honda and you'll be entered to win a 65-inch TV. Best of all, every service appointment gets you another chance to win. Roswell Honda will announce the winner live on Facebook on Saturday, July 26th at 12 p.m. sharp. So have your vehicle serviced by the specialists at Roswell Honda and win big. Call 575-573-6130 and schedule your appointment today with Roswell Honda. 2177 West 2nd.
Did you know almost 75% of the time we're replacing a roof, something totally weird or unexpected or bizarre happens? Jennifer here again from Trustmark Roofing, and I want you to know that we are always prepared for the unexpected. That's why we always have Project Superintendent on site at your home at all times to handle those weird, bizarre things as they pop up. Things like an unexpected layer of wood shake shingles under your shingles, or rotted out decking boards, problems with flashing or ridges, or missing supplies that somebody needs to chase down. These are the kinds of problems that normally grind the crews from other roofing companies to a halt and delay the project. But not with our super awesome superintendent there. He's equipped to handle any problem and keep the project moving along smoothly. Just one more way we do things better at Trustmark Roofing. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Incredible in Artesia is open for business, ready to give you the hometown quality and customer service you know and love. Georgia and her team specialize in in-house design for quality custom business cards at a competitive price. From scanning to desktop publishing, if you need it, they can do it. On Main Street across from the Derrick Floor statue in downtown Artesia. For all your printing needs, think Incredible.
Hey, Aaron, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
Kyle says hi.
Hey, Kyle.
Well, he just went down the hall to make room for more coffee. So. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you?
You know, we're going to get through the day. I decided today I'm not making a list of anything to do, because as soon as I make a list of anything to do, nothing's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Something new comes up to take over that list, right?
Yeah. I saw this headline on the internet yesterday. Obama argues he can't be charged with treason since he wasn't born in America. Wait a minute. That's not what I've been told. Let's see. Here's an older gentleman. I've often been asked, what do you old folks do now that you're retired? Well, I'm fortunate to have a chemical engineering background, and one of the things I enjoy most is converting beer, wine, and vodka into urine. I do it every day, and I really enjoy it. Hey, yesterday I called the Paranoia hotline.
Oh, really?
They answered, how did you get this number? Let's see. What did the farmer call the cow that had no milk?
Farmer called the cow that had no milk.
Yeah, what did he call that cow?
Bessie.
An utter failure.
Utter failure. Very good.
Utter failure. Good. And one more here, Frank and Ernest. Law 101. What can you expect from a hostile witness? Answer, testimony. So it's, yeah, that's what I have for the day today. I thought those were kind of cute.
Yeah.
Especially the retired chemical engineer.
Right.
My best work is with coffee and tea. That's where I do my work.
Coffee and tea, yep.
That's right. What do you have for us today?
Why do doctors all use Windows computers?
Windows computers? Because they love the Windows updates.
Every time they get near an apple, it keeps them away.
This is true.
2 silkworms had a race.
Really?
Yeah, they ended up in a tie.
That's funny.
2 more for you here.
All right.
Horses were talking before a race. One horse said to the other, I don't know what's going on. Right before a race, I always get this sharp jabbing feeling in my flank. The other horse said, yeah, that's strange. I get the exact same feeling before a race, too. Right then, a dog happened to be passing by, and he said, you idiots, that's a hormone shot to make you run faster. The first horse is amazed and said, hey, that dog just talked.
what else the shot does? I guess it'll help you have dogs that talk. I guess. I don't know. That's funny. A talking dog.
Talking dog.
With a couple of talking horses.
Right. The talking horses isn't anything special. We had Mr. Ed like a long time ago.
That's true. That's true. Old Mr. Ed. But he would only talk to one person.
Oh, yeah.
So
if you can talk to more people, then they're better.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. Critical Drinker did a piece yesterday on why entertainment today is so terrible. And he said a bunch of lines from movies, and he didn't say them in the sound of the character that said them. He just said the lines.
Oh, uh-huh.
And he says, I bet every one of you knew exactly who said it, who the character was, what the movie was, and what emotions that those movies bring to you. He said, we really haven't had that type of movie or character since about 2010. And most of the movies, like one of the big movies that made $1 gazillion was the Jurassic World movie.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's the 7th movie in the franchise.
Right.
So there's nothing new there. You know, but the first one, anyway, it was just kind of an interesting observation on the entertainment industry and how things are done now versus how they were done that created all these iconic characters.
Are they original movies anymore? Because I think, aren't they all just like remakes?
Yeah.
Remakes for the next edition of a long franchise.
Yeah, it's really kind of a shame. But, you know, but if I said, hey, you know, go ahead, make my day.
Clint Eastwood.
You know what I'm talking about. If I say, you know, may the force be with, yeah, I'll be back. That's another one. Exactly right. You know what movie that's from. You know who the actor is. You know what that's about. And we just don't do that anymore, and that's kind of sad. Kind of sad. The Train Club. I started something in the Train Club. Over the weekend, it was reported that UP, Union Pacific, may be looking to buy Norfolk Southern.
Oh.
And, of course, that got everybody a buzz. And so today, apparently BNSF has reached out to Goldman Sachs for advice on possibly merging with another big railroad.
Actually, Warren Buffett actually called CNBC and said that one was just a rumor.
Oh, he did say that. Okay.
Like, if we wanted to do something, we wouldn't call Goldman Sachs. We would just do it.
So that's a rumor, huh?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It's not.
Well, all they're talking about is what would the name of the new railroad be, and what would the color scheme of the locomotives be?
Oh yeah.
So, but he did say that was a.
He did say the Burlington Northern. He said we didn't. He said neither I nor its heir apparent. He said neither of us have been in conversations with Goldman Sachs. If we wanted to do something to the effect of, if we wanted to do something with Burlington Northern, we would do it without having to consult with anybody. So.
Which is true.
Which is true. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's funny. Do you have a couple of stories for us here today?
Well, I got one more joke for you here.
Okay.
My grandpa used to say, slow and steady wins the race.
Mm-hmm.
He died in a fire.
How sad. That's not very happy.
I didn't end you happy, did I? Okay, I need to find something else.
No. I mean, I'm just thinking of the listeners. You know.
We've got to keep the listeners happy. Okay,
I'm okay with the dark humor, but you know.
Okay, here's a happy one.
All right.
What do you call 100 lawyers skydiving?
Do they have parachutes?
I don't know.
100 lawyers skydiving?
Uh-huh.
Attorneys at fall.
Skeet.
Another dark joke, but
that goes with lawyers, though. So it's
everybody loves that. That's right. That's right. All right. Well, let's see what the markets are doing this morning.
All right. This is Aaron Irving with LPL Financial, member of FINRA and the SIPC, bringing you your mid-morning stock market report for Tuesday, July 22nd. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ composites were lower today, a day after both indexes hit fresh records as traders weighed the latest earnings reports and new trade developments. The S&P 500 was down 0.1%, while the tech-heavy NASDAQ composite was 0.4% lower. The 30-stock Dow rose 0.1%. The market was bogged down by a decline in chip stocks, with artificial intelligence darling NVIDIA and Broadcom each more than 2% lower after the Wall Street Journal reported that SoftBank and OpenAI's $500 billion AI project has faced difficulties getting underway, scaling down its near-term plans. Adding to downbeat sentiment in the sector, NXP Semiconductors pulled back more than 2% after the company's latest quarterly results and guidance disappointed investors. Meanwhile, shares of aerospace and defense name Lockheed Martin were down 6% after that company's revenue for the second quarter missed analyst estimates. Similarly, Philip Morris lost 6% after the tobacco company's second quarter revenue also fell short. This comes as 88 S&P 500 companies have reported so far, with more than 82% of those topping analyst estimates, according to FactSet data. Eyes are on commentary from companies about macroeconomic uncertainty, the impact of tariffs, and details on demand and spending related to AI. Google parent Alphabet and Tesla will report tomorrow, kicking off highly anticipated results from the Magnificent Seven companies. The mega-cap tech companies are expected to contribute a significant amount of earnings growth this season. Traders also assess the latest on the tariff front, with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent saying the U.S. will likely extend a deadline to reach a deal with China. Bessent also said he's planning to meet with Chinese officials in Stockholm next week. Currently, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 1 point at 44,325. The S&P 500 is 9 points lower at 6,295, and the NASDAQ composite is off by 91 points to 20,883. West Texas Intermediate crude is down 98 cents a barrel to $66.22. Stocks of local interest, HF Sinclair is up 41 cents a share to $44.81. Walmart is 10 cents higher at $95.77 a share. Xcel Energy is up 75 cents a share to $72.32. And ConocoPhillips is $1.50 higher at $92.50 a share. This is Aaron Irving with Oakley & Irving Wealth Management, serving business owners and energy industry professionals in the Pecos Valley and beyond. You can find us at oiwealth.com, run our offices in Artesia and Carlsbad. You can call us at 575-887-7075. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. Securities are offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA, the SIPC.
By the way, Keith Olbermann said that if Tulsi Gabbard was smart, she wouldn't do what she did, because if she did what she did, she'd be going to jail.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to figure out what she'd go to jail for.
Yeah. Maybe he's thinking if the deep state was still in charge of things, then she would be in jail. So.
Yeah. And then the Hunter Biden interview clip that came out yesterday.
Yeah.
They were having some fun.
By a white powder?
That's basically on the Gutfeld show last night. That's what they were speculating on, what substance it was.
It wasn't Ambien, right?
No, it's not. So anyway, it's there's some crazy stuff going on. Just stay calm. Everything will be just fine.
Yes.
All right. Aaron, thank you so much. Appreciate the update.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Aaron will have the closing markets for you at 4:30. When we come back, Sean Hannity will have a thought on the news of the day.
The Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center now has their very own website. Visit artesiamuseum.org to stay up to date on events and exhibits. Look through historical photos of Artesia, submit research requests, and more. For information, please call 575-748-7345. Stop by the Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center at 505 West Richardson Avenue or online at artesiamuseum.org. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 4. This ad paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Hey, Robert. I'm your designated driver tonight. Pick you up at 7.
Sober driving today keeps others alive tomorrow. Designated driver. Never drink, then drive.
This message from the Eddy County DWI program.
Family owned and operated for 4 generations, Forest Tire is here to service all your tire needs day and night. With your busy travel schedule, what you need is a tire that can keep up. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire with an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect. You can lose track of time and focus on what really matters. For all your tire needs, brakes and alignments too, Forest Tire Company is a friend you can always count on. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Hocker & Sons of Artesia, a company specializing in excavation and construction, is proud to support and provide construction services to the people and businesses of Eddy County and the surrounding area. With their expert knowledge of the industry, Hocker & Sons is well equipped to offer top-level service and professionalism to all oil field businesses, commercial and private parties with excavation and construction needs. Call Hocker & Sons today at 575-365-3175 or visit their website at hockerandsons.com. Go Bulldogs!
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
By the way, Alvin Bragg spent all his time. If you look at his prosecution history, his conviction rate is plunging every year since he took office, and he's hiding the ugly numbers from the public. Only 35% of felony cases ended in convictions last year, down from 37% in 23, down from 40% in 22, 42% in 21. One thing he's happy about is he went after Donald Trump. And if you think this, radical leftism, statism, socialism, it's not working out well out in California either, because now Sean Duffy has said no to this, railway to nowhere.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Hey, did you hear that Florida just legalized gold and silver? Yep, my new home state, the free state of Florida, has made it legal to use gold and silver as money. Now, Governor DeSantis explained it all by saying, this is our ability to give you the financial freedom to be able to protect yourself against the declining value of the dollar. This is exactly why I partnered with a top precious metals company myself. If you want to learn more about how gold and silver can help protect your money, if you want to inform yourself, do your due diligence, reach out to my partners at Goldco. They're a great company. I'm a customer. They've helped me out tremendously. Check them out on the web, HannityGold.com, or call, no obligation, 855-815-GOLD. Get their free 2025 gold and silver kit. You'll also learn about their unlimited bonus silver offer. That's 855-815-GOLD or HannityGold.com. That's HannityGold.com.
Sean Hannity on the radio, 1 o'clock. Clay and Buck coming up next here after the 10 o'clock news. Mark Levin yelling at you at 4. The Bo Snerdley Rush Hour, 7 o'clock tonight. And then Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero. They had an interesting discussion last night. I guess there's some fire out there at Area 51, and they're talking about all that stuff going on out there. I'm not sure what all that is, but we'll see. County fairs continue right now. If you go to KSVPTV.com, you can watch the Chavis County Fair Swine Show. That's going on right now. They'll have the Meat Goat Show from there at 1:30 this afternoon. At the Eddy County Fair, the parade is getting ready to start. That'll be at 10 o'clock. That'll go down Main Street. Then at noon, they'll have the official opening of the exhibit building in the community center. They'll do a ribbon cutting out there. Noon to 9 today, the buildings will be open to the public. 3 o'clock this afternoon is the Dairy Heifer Show. The carnival opens up at 5. And the Breeding and Market Goat Show gets started at 6 o'clock tonight out at the Eddy County Fair. And if you can't make it to the shows, we'll be streaming those. I think they're going to record the parade today at 10. They're going to record that, and then we'll piece it together and upload it later. But everything else will be live. And then we got our new stuff came in last week, so we're going to try to do the horse show stuff over at the Horse Council covered arena tomorrow, as well as the other shows going on. So got our fingers crossed on all that. But yeah, that's what's going on at the county fairs. And if you want to watch the shows, ksvptv.com is the website. KSVP TV on YouTube is a great place to go. And then, of course, on Facebook, it's KSVP Radio on Facebook for the Eddy County stuff, Roswell Talk FM on Facebook for the Chaves County stuff. And we'll see how it all goes. Final thoughts on the news of the day? That's next.
Sometimes that dog barking is an Artesia Bulldog preparing for victory. Most of the time, however, it's probably just the family pet asking for attention. Artesia Animal Clinic provides a full range of services for just about any size pet or animal. Our new clinic has been expanded to provide better quality of care, including an in-house laboratory, radiology, surgery, herd health, and more. So the next time your pet looks like they could use some extra care, come by Artesia Animal Clinic in our newly remodeled and expanded facility at 110 West Mahone Drive.
Roswell Honda is turning up the heat this summer and giving you the chance to win. Simply have your vehicle serviced at Roswell Honda and you'll be entered to win a 65-inch TV. Best of all, every service appointment gets you another chance to win. Roswell Honda will announce the winner live on Facebook on Saturday, July 26th at 12 p.m. sharp. So have your vehicle serviced by the specialists at Roswell Honda and win big. Call 575-573-6130 and schedule your appointment today with Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Did you know that God values relationships? At Faith Baptist Church, we exist to begin, build, and broaden a relationship with God and with others. We want a relationship with God through faith in His Son, Jesus Christ, as our Savior. And we also want a relationship with others in a healthy biblical community. Come join us as we strive together to go from where we are to where God wants us to be. 10:30 on Sunday mornings and 6:15 on Wednesday evenings.
401 South 20th in Artesia, or visit fbcartesia.com.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 5,700 current Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success, that's what we're about.
Hi, Artesia. Cambria here from your local KFC and Taco Bell. And boy, do I have some amazing Tuesday deals for you. If you're grabbing a quick bite for yourself, you gotta try our country fried steak meal. This includes our delicious home-style country fried steak patty served with mashed potatoes and white gravy, creamy coleslaw, and a buttermilk biscuit, all just for $4.99. Looking to feed the whole fam? We got you covered. Try our $20 meal deal. This includes 8 pieces of all dark meat chicken, large mashed potatoes and gravy, a large coleslaw, and 4 buttermilk biscuits. As always, it's great to be a Bulldog, and we hope to see you soon at your local KFC and Taco Bell.
Ready to launch your future? Southeast New Mexico College is your gateway to a better career, and it all starts this fall. Classes begin Wednesday, August 20th, so don't wait. Whether you're just starting out or leveling up, SENMC has the programs to get you there, like fire science, welding, criminal justice, nursing, engineering, and more. With flexible schedules and online options, your education fits your life. Find your direction at Southeast New Mexico College. Apply now at senmc.edu. That's senmc.edu.
Attention sports fans. Come explore Carlsbad Ford's huge inventory. From sleek sedans to rugged trucks, Carlsbad Ford has a huge variety of vehicles to fit your lifestyle. The best cars, the best trucks. Come find out why Carlsbad Ford is the best in southeastern New Mexico. Oh, yeah! At Carlsbad Ford Lincoln, their team is dedicated to helping you find the perfect vehicle with the best offers available. Carlsbad Ford, 2802 West Pierce, a proud supporter of high school sports.
At First Church Artesia, we proclaim Christ as King over all. Located at 4th and Grand, we're a family exalting His reign in every corner of life, work, home, and community. Join us Sundays at 10:45 a.m. for reverent, family-integrated worship and Bible preaching that transforms. From Artesia streets to your soul, it's all of Christ for all of life. Visit artesiareform.com or find us on Facebook. First Church Artesia, His kingdom rules.
Paul Gessing put out a tweet this morning, a new Wallet Hub report ranks New Mexico's schools 51st out of 50 states, plus D.C. According to Paul, sadly, this is nothing new and simply accepted by voters who keep voting for the same failed people and policies. Notably, New Mexico's spending ranks 29th. So we spend 29th amongst all 50 states in the District of Columbia on education, and we are ranked, according to Wallet Hub, 51st in the nation. Wow. We'll have to dig into that and see what the Wallet Hub criteria are for making that determination. You can follow Paul Gessing, and his website is errorsofenchantment.com. errorsofenchantment.com. So let's see. You can certainly argue about the specific methodology, but when your dropout rate and median SAT scores are tied for dead last, and your math and reading scores are dead last, it's pretty easy to see that your school system needs quite a bit of work. While improvements take some time, the fact is New Mexico has had numerous opportunities to improve its schools. The latest is the Trump tax credit for school choice contained in the big, beautiful bill. Will New Mexico Democrats embrace the credit or continue to reject opportunities to improve New Mexico's education system? We'll be watching. That's Paul Gessing on the Wallet Hub report that came out ranking K through 12 schools. New Mexico ranks 51st out of the 50 states and the District of Columbia. I'm sure the folks here in Artesia are not trying not to be a part of that or the reason for that, which I would think would be the case here. But there's a lot of other school districts in the state that definitely are down and not helping. All right, enjoy yourself out at the fair. Watch the parade and be careful with that. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning at 7 for Good Morning Artesia from here at the studios. And watch all the shows at ksvptv.com.